Welcome to Skull for Initiative, where we are playing a 5th edition homebrew campaign DM'd by yours truly, Old World Charm. You can call me Charm, and yeah, welcome and sit a spell. I have a brand new campaign starting with some amazing peeps, and I hope you guys get a chance to enjoy the start of a wonderful story. We had a session 0, which we'll be posting on our YouTube as well as on the Spotify account that we'll be making specifically for this campaign, as well as retroactively adding our Shadows of Samaria campaign that we do now Fridays and Sundays at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you are eating this up but have to go soon, well, we're happy to have you, but you can always catch up with us on the Twitch channel, on the YouTube channel eventually, but the follow-up episodes will be every other Tuesday. And I know you guys are going to be, no doubt, by the end of this clamoring for every Tuesdays. And who knows, you guys could probably strong arm and bribe us. But at the very least right now, our schedules are crazy. So you'll have to take what you can get your fix right here every other Tuesdays on this channel. With that said, I think it's time to get into our introductions on the who's who, as you guys are, veterans of the chat, are seeing some new and friendly faces that have never been on the channel before. I myself, I'm pretty boring. You guys are used to my face. I'm a DM. I'm a player on this channel, more often DM than anything. But I wanted to do a big shout out to all of you guys who came early, gifted subs, donated biddies. I will be keeping track of that as soon as possible here. But I want to say thank you, Jack. Thank you, Monica. Thank you, Annie, for gifting Danny Darling. Let's see the subs, getting closer to 1,000 gifted subs to our channel and winning that grand prize. Mo, it's so good to have you. I'm so glad you're here. Candy's here. Who else is popping in? Let's see. Yes, please say hello to our new friends. Let's see. Red's here. I'm glad you could make it, Red. Caloptris 1221. This is the first session. You get to be at the cutting edge of this campaign. You can say you were an OG when we're 100 sessions in, grizzled veterans, and the happy-go-lucky naivete is eroded and jaded on the players' faces. Yeah, just kidding. That doesn't happen to anyone. Let's see. Let's see. Awesome. Thank you, Annie, for gifting the Rebecca Rose, one of our players as well here, as well as Danny Darling, capturing the players' souls, Annie. Beth, thank you so much for the biddies. Monica, Annie, Red, throwing out those player points, those villain disadvantage, all of it. Oh my goodness. And some pleasure as well. I will get into all of that after our character and player introductions, so that I can catch up. Candy, thank you so much. All right. Big thank you to everyone. And let's see. Let's go ahead and get after it, you guys. I'm going to have us start with Danny Darling, who's playing Mifa there with the amazing Lokatha fish person makeup. And while Lokatha are like, if you look up Lokatha, it's like they're kind of like crazy looking fish people, but I am now canonically changing Lokatha based on this makeup to be exactly like this because it's so awesome. So let's give a big warm welcome to Danny.
Hello. Well, I'm Danny, and I am the creative director of our podcast with the rest of these girls of Cutting Edge Cosplay that we had started this year. And Charm, we coerced him into being on our podcast for an episode, and he coerced us into playing D&D with him, and we had so much fun. So we wanted to continue that for sure. But it is all of our first times being on Twitch, so bear with us if we're a little confused. But today I am going to be playing my D&D character Mifa, and she is a fish, Lokatha, and she's a barbarian, and background is a hermit. I was enslaved by pirates, and I went into a berserker rage and killed everyone on the ship and freed myself. And I had woken up and really was traumatized by what I had done, but I am free now. So I was able to haggle the ship that I had killed everybody on and disposed of the bodies. And so I was swimming towards the city of Faraco, and that's where I'm joining the rest of the girls. And I don't know if I'm missing anything in my
No,
story.
that was pretty, that's a pretty solid breakdown. Yeah. We, for everyone who's, trying to catch up, they're like, did this all happen session 0? No, this is a lot of backstory. I will do a breakdown of what happened session 0 so they don't have to, but the backstories are rich and ripe, and free to change as we discover our characters a little bit more. So don't feel pressured to be like, oh, it's set in stone. But I know I had you guys do some rumors
Mm,
about your characters. Chat, they're going to give us some rumors, and it's gonna be a fun game that you guys get to guess which ones are true and which ones are false. How many did we have that were lies of these ones?
2.
2 were lies. Okay, well, let's find out about Mifa's rumors. Please tell us those.
Okay. So the one I just mentioned was I had slaughtered my whole crew. Another one is that I was banished from my home. Another one is I'm acting on someone else's behalf. And my last rumor is I pried open the jaws of a dire eel.
Those are epic. Awesome. Well, if you like more of this wonderful, awesome makeup face, please follow all their social media, and we will have our intermission slides to basically capture anything we miss. So if you guys stay for our intermission and watch the slides, you'll get to see everyone's social media and awesome pictures of them. They're pretty cool people. I'm pretty lucky to DM this game. So let's move on to, we'll jump to the Rebecca Rose because there's no others out there playing Lazuli. Yeah, she's eliminated them all. It was a Highlander thing.
Great.
She anytime there was a Rebecca and Rebecca meeting, it was a absolute throwdown. So
There can only be one.
there can only be one. Tell us about you and your character, please.
Yeah, so I'm Rebecca Rose. On social media, I'm the.rebecca.rose. That's Instagram and TikTok. And of course, I'm part of the awesome Cutting Edge Cosplay crew. So I am playing as Lazuli. She is a water genasi wizard. So my first time being a wizard, it is a lot. So pray for me. She's in the School of Evocation. And a little background on Lazuli. Her friends call her Zuli, if she had any. She is lawful evil, and she was a pirate outlaw, and the pirates raised her since her parents didn't. Genasi parents don't typically stick around. She's very driven for personal growth, whatever it takes to get that. She has performed spells for money in the past until the pirates took her in. And they were the only ones who showed care for her genuinely. Her hair seems to float as if underwater. Her skin is always dewy, like she just hopped out of the shower. She has blue skin, teal bluish hair, and markings on her ribs and collarbones. And she was on the ship that Mifa had destroyed, which we found out in episode 0. And I was on that ship after my own ship went down. So that is her little quick backstory.
Awesome. That was so like compounded. Did you have that all written down? Like, I
Yes.
felt like you were so prepared. Awesome.
Oh, I'm just glad I wrote it down last time. Otherwise, this would be a different
Nice.
story.
Absolutely. Yes. Let's see. So if you want to know more about that character, you can of course see the rotating slides for their stats. Are our slides rotating? I'm not seeing a rotation of our slides. It might just be my thing. But if is it on your screen or you guys see on the Twitch? Is it, okay, never mind. The voice of God who no one else can hear, which is funny because Twitch, you can't hear that voice that just answered me. Just the players can. So that cracks me up. All right. So perfect. That will be rotating. And let's hear those rumors, please.
Yes. So my 5 rumors. So the first one is I heard that she spat acid from her mouth and blinded her enemy. I heard she killed her first mate on her ship. I heard she defeated one of the most powerful pirate crews and left no survivors. I heard she freed prisoners from a dungeon and hired them as her crew. And I heard that when she gets mad, darkness seeps from her pores, leaving only glowing blue eyes behind the smoke.
Gotta get that skincare routine. That sounds
I know,
awesome.
right? It's the smoke, it keeps you young.
You have like a
Oh, God.
like a warlock patron that hooks you up for like skincare products, and it becomes this pyramid scheme that you're always trying to push out there in the world.
Lawful evil, you got to do what you got to
Lawful
do. Make
evil
ends meet.
is the makeup pyramid schemes on Instagram. I swear, people from high school, like, hey, I got something, girl.
Oh gosh.
Yeah,
For real.
we all
For
know.
real.
We all know.
Her second
No offense
background
to
story.
anyone who's hustling and grinding. It's a tough economy out there. I respect it. That's awesome. All right. Thank you, Annie, for gifting Zombie Fairy another sub. You had 950 subs. That's crazy. All right. Well, let's move on to Bears. Bears is playing Rarger. Bears is a dear friend of mine. That's how it all this. If you want to go to the origin of how this came to be, it was all Bears' fault. So good or bad, we can blame her. But go ahead and tell us more about you and Rarger, please.
Oh, it's all good. I'm Bears Rar cosplay. You can find me on Instagram. I'm playing Rarger. I am a hobgoblin wizard spy. So I was actually part of one of the most ferocious tribes of hobgoblins that currently exists. But one of those days we had a battle. We were really depending on our queen to lead us through, and she got us a little bit too predictable in our tactics, and we were ambushed by the last free goblin tribe. Usually hobgoblins like myself would like to just take regular scrawny goblins as little slaves, but this one got the jump on us, and I was seriously injured and rightfully left for dead, because it would have been disgraceful for them to have stopped and helped me. That I'm weak. I couldn't be helped. That would be disrespectful to the warrior's death. So I had to kind of let myself, I had just succumbed, and I was ready to die, and I was fading away. And every time I blinked, something new was happening. Oh, at first I was found by an elf, of all things. Can you imagine? Yuck. And they took me to safety in this tower, and one thing led to another, and I ended up becoming a wizard and seeing the good in people. And it was strange, because I thought that evil was the only way, and so now I know that good can be good, and I'm coming to come into terms with that. Trying to decide how much of my backstory to tell.
You can always role play, and people eat that stuff up like freaking popcorn. So
I have some things I want you guys to. I have to earn your trust before I tell you. I don't think all of this is for you right now.
I love it.
But don't worry. I'm here to help the good guys in these days. You want to hear some rumors?
Yes.
Okay. First, I've definitely heard something about the Flesh Flayer tribe. That's the tribe that I grew up with. I heard that the Flesh Flayer tribe habitually kidnaps youths to sacrifice to the great vampire Strahd, and members of the tribe drink blood regularly. Is it true? You find out.
Ooh.
We've heard that the world-renowned Time Lord Vorth has been seen cavorting with a hobgoblin. Time Lord Vorth got into an altercation with a pet project hobgoblin and was subsequently banished to another dimension. 7 years ago, the Rockbiter clan, that's the last free tribe of lesser goblins that I was telling you about earlier, allied themselves with the Time Lord and handily defeated the Flesh Flayer clan. And finally, some have said that if your confectionery is missing some fruit-flavored sweets, it is a sure sign that a good hobgoblin is nearby. But that's impossible, of course. we all know that hobgoblins are as evil as they come.
I love that. That's a good one.
What's true, what's not? You decide.
Wonderful. God, you guys came prepared. Love it. Love it so much. Okay. And last but never least, we have Bunny, who's playing Azriel. And I want to know all about your character and those rumors and of course plug everything about what you're working on into social media wise.
Hi. So I'm Thunder Bunny SFX on Instagram. I mostly focus on makeup and special effects. With these lovely ladies and a lot of horror themed stuff, so be prepared. This is my first time D&Ding, so let's hope this goes well. I'm playing Azriel, who is the Goliath Paladin. Has a Marine background, so very persistent and goal-oriented, but also has the Oath of the Ancients. So very nature-focused but also very positive, no matter what. Not too wordy of a character. So
Makes
yeah.
for good role play.
Truths and lies. Let's see here. My other set of notes.
Please.
I am one of a few survivors of a hellish battle between two clashing armies. I nearly died from eating the wrong plant in a forest while heading to my first battle with my Marine troop. I speak fluent squirrel. I completely destroyed an entire army. Oh wait, nope, never mind. My fall is my favorite season. And I specialize in one-on-one combat.
I love
And
that.
that's all I have.
I love it. I love it. I love these. There's so much going on in them that it paints a picture of these characters. So thank you guys for coming prepared and humoring me and letting me putting you on the spot. And yes, I want to also thank some of the newcomers in chat. S Morse FX says nice makeup. I have a feeling, or noise makeup. I have a feeling you're connected to the quality of that makeup. I'm gonna just my intuition is going off there. And then we have Hobbs Voltaire with the cool cat emojis. Thank you for being here. Thank you all of you guys who are lurking. Really happy to be sharing this space with you as your humble storyteller, dungeon master, all the above. I got a lot going on, but this is my greatest passion next to writing poetry, which I've just recently got my book published on Amazon. So please feel free to check that out. It's in intermission slides and all that stuff. But if you like poetry, it is yeah, I can start. It's decent. It's all right. It's not too cringy. It's not like Fateless Reality. Oh God. I promise. So yeah, and then keep your eye out as I work on some new projects that I will get published. So in any case, I saw a hell of a hype train come down on us. And a lot of people, I'm sure, are wondering, what was that about? So we have the opportunity in uniquely to my streams, because I want the audience to feel like they can be involved. And we encourage you to do so. You're kind of like the fifth player at the table in a way, the way you can bring support or comedic detriments to our players. Or you can support the villains. As we all know, there are some villains that are just too hot to deny. And, anyone who's grown up in the Van Helsing era of cinema knows that there's some good, sexy villains out there. So with that said, there are villain points for 200 biddies that allow yours truly to get some rerolls for the bad guys, because the last thing I want them to do is slip on a banana peel and go down the stairs in a tumble on their epic moment. Because I mean, as that's good once, but it can't happen too many times. Those nat ones are brutal. Player points. For 500 biddies, you can gift the players collectively a pool of rerolls, and those rerolls are life-saving. Let me tell you, they really can avoid the worst and provide the best chance at success as a group. We are at 19 rerolls for the group. Villain disadvantage. I have 2 villain disadvantage, and that's 1,000 biddies. And you can basically force the enemies, the villains, to roll with disadvantage, basically saying, I have to roll 2 dice and take the lower of the 2, which means if one of those dice is a natural 20, a crit that's going to do us some mega damage, I have to unfortunately throw it away and grab the lower of the 2 dice, which is often a miss. And then the companion points allow the NPCs who are often beloved, love interests or allies, or I'll definitely see some really adorable NPCs in this story that I know the players have fallen in love with and will fight and die for. We have 9 companion points at 500 biddies. You don't have to be involved financially. If you guys are going through tough times, just the fact that you guys are here throughout the stream or when you can, that's all we want. It's all we wish for. And secondarily, if you really want to make a difference, share this with a friend, a family member who you think, just could enjoy a good story, especially from session 1 or just a few sessions in. This is a good thing to be able to share with people and discuss, because it's going to be heavy role play, some awesome battles, and a lot of political intrigue. So with that said, allow me to paint with the brush of a storyteller the colors of this world. We sit on the edge of a continent, the westernmost position in a Mediterranean-esque sea. If you could imagine Venice, a Venetian architecture and realm, a place where there is an organization of merchant lords known as the Veiled Barons. These Veiled Barons are an anonymous grouping of prestigiously privileged individuals who, for the most part, might be in other realms be considered outlaws, but these outlaws have perhaps banded together lawfully so, and formed a syndicate of which runs the city that is built on the ruins of an old world like Venice, a sunken city upon a sunken city upon a sunken city, with the current iteration just being built on knowing in a few generations it'll probably sink into what's called the drowned city. And that's where it all is submerged in water, where we have mermaids and sharks and other strange things that have made themselves known in session 0. We have the High Archon. The High Archon is the only non-anonymous member of the political elite. Everyone is veiled barons. They all wear masks that magically veil them from detection, from any kind of discernment, divination, even mutes their voice to a strange monotone. So the lords who kind of run this place are all protected in their anonymity, especially considering they do a lot of back dealing and illegal activities, but they all agree, generally speaking, on the rules of their trades. They have the High Archon as we can say the military arm of this realm that is known as Faraco. Faraco is a wealthy place, per capita, one of the most wealthiest on this coast. It is a city-state that has added to its wealth enough to divide away from Celeria, one of the main kingdoms, and which is furthermore, if you go north, you get to Samaria on the coast, which another campaign is taking place in. And furthermore, if you go even more north, you get to the icy wastes where the Northmen, the North people, bring down their precious minerals, rare furs, and magical lumber from the forests out there. If you go east, you get to a greater expanse of the world, which is the Vales, these kind of grassland villages that have banded together under the protection of the nearby bigger kingdoms. And to the south is the expanse of the sea, which out there is the rumors of a desert, almost infinite in its expanse, hidden and rife with treasures that are very carefully guarded, but always coveted, as well as the fear of magical storms with lightning blasts that can raise the dead. And it's said that the dead in the desert to the south never stay dead. There are entire caravans of skeletons pulled by skeletal horses or camels or other strange beasts, marching with some sort of purpose that no one knows. This is the grand backdrop of this world. And thank you so much, Stronghold D&D, for popping in and gifting 10 subs to the channel, claiming a bunch of souls, as we call them. We're really grateful for you being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Wow.
Huzzah. All right. That is basically the color of the world. And last we had the players finally met each other in it's called um, the Night of Masks, or the Day of Masks, and it is a Venetian festival citywide where everyone wears masks, or doesn't have to. But what's fun is some of the characters decided to wear masks that were actually their races, and so you could have, say, Rargur, who is very much, as you can see from the makeup, looks very like a stranger in a strange land, but had a mask that was, of course, a hobgoblin or goblin-esque mask that playfully kind of hid their true nature, which is fun when you're a strange creature in a strange realm in your first kind of introduction to these people is a masked foyer of sorts on the streets. We have some of these people who have perhaps had close encounters on a ship, a pirate ship, a slaving ship. That slaving ship, of course, eviscerated, the crew abandoned or destroyed, and the ship found itself beached with not one to really pilot it, except for the one lone barbarian. We have a warrior of the ancients, a paladin who is, as introduced, not one with words, but is quick to act, and had almost in our last session smashed Rargur, or went to attack. Was it Lazuli that you went to attack and Rargur intercepted? I have to keep my notes straight there. Yes, and it was how the party all met in a pickpocketing in the streets situation, a big misunderstanding of who was doing what who, but it was clearly a halfling, a sneaky fella, a Cillian Murphy looking hobbit type who goes by the name of Tommy Undergallows. So that was how the party ended up reconciling their differences once they figured out what was going on, and no one was really trying to take advantage of another, but protect each other, which was wonderful and endearing. They met at the base of the city plaza, where a clock tower looms over with its brilliant face and strong stone structure. This is one of the jewels of the city of Faraco, a place where the Artificers Guild have really made their stamp in the history of this realm and keep this clock tower running. A clock tower that does not operate on the announcement of a clanging sound at all, finding that sound to be unpleasant and archaic. Instead, a display of wondrous lights that even on high noon can pulse 12 times with such a radiance and resplendence that is calming, effervescent, and easy to see across the realm of Faraco. Gondolas are the main form of travel, though there are, of course, horses and other strange creatures pulling drawn carts and wagons, carriages. Let's see. The party had been approached by a masked gentleman introducing himself as Lord Saracen Graves, a man wearing at the time during the celebration of masks a plague doctor mask with a kind of a gilded crest. And in fact, he is the kind of gentleman to wear many masks, and one of these is his collection, gilded masks of gold, establishing his station, covering his entire face and eyes. He is a mystery with a eloquent and charismatic way of speaking to have earned not just the trust, but the employment of these four under his banner of gold black with a trim of red. The Graves house is one that the players don't know this, but is pretty well known and well respected as artificers. And artificers keep this place going. Are there any relation to Captain Graves, Artemis? The answer is yes. Yes, they are relation to Captain Graves from that. I will answer that. But in the meantime, they have found themselves under this employment, which means they needed a place to be, a place to stay, and they got a secret entrance into the clock tower, finding out that the clock tower itself is a formidable miniature fortress for the Artificers Guild or those entrusted in the care of it. This place is magically enchanted, guarded by suits of animated armor that can, on command, wielding a magic wand that's currently in Bunny's hair because she thinks it's a What did you think? It's a wand of cask or liquor opening or bottle opening, hilariously enough, on a low roll last on session 0. But with this wand, animated suits of armor come to the defense of those making their residence here. And only these 4 make their residence here, with the exception of an automaton that has an unbelievable amount of detail and intelligence, friendly and kind, classifying these peoples as friends and happy to help them, asking for their consent to heal them, asking for their preferred nutritional meals as the ward and attendee to their every need, asking what time they want to be woken up because he doesn't want to disturb the prime part of their REM cycle sleep and their circadian rhythm. This is the nature of the automaton known as Bastion, bearing the mark of the Graves family house, weirdly enough. This is the only attendant here. And amongst these magically enchanted rooms, these corridors up high on the tower that have walls that can be turned into a transparent, opaque view of the entire city from all directions. It's gorgeous, not allowing anyone to see them either. It's almost like a two-way mirror. Is that what it was described? Or one-way mirror, two-way mirror, a way mirror. I always get tripped up on that. Let's see. We have. Let's see. We had an interaction on the bottom floor, which has an open pool setup that seems connected to the drowned city, as a mermaid with no desire to reveal her name ended up talking to 2 members of the party, specifically Lazuli and Mifa, which ironically are also aquatic members of their own representation. What's up, Knight of Bloodhaven? Love the name. Welcome. Happy to have you as a first-time chat member here. Let's see. I think that captures it. The party is awaiting to be dressed in new clothes and new armor gifted by Master Saracen Graves, as they are trusted now employees awaiting their first mission to be tasked. And we definitely know one thing about this tower that is very unique, in that there was portraits of a party of 4 that had been long covered in dust. This whole place, actually, the 4 beds with their unique styles, including a bed with chains, curiously enough. Strange place. This party of 4 that had been their predecessors here looked close in their portraits as dear, beloved friends. A female warrior holding close a young boy who seems unusually muscular, and a little bit feral in the eyes, as well. A big Goliath roaring with laughter in the picture, and a rakishly handsome young man as well. It seems like they were a beloved group of friends, but a mystery of this place is what remains. One other strange mystery the party uncovered was in the clock tower skeleton of itself, above the quarters, more in the clock tower proper, behind the face of masterful artifice, is a hanging, suspended by chains, garden of actual plant life, of beautiful flora. Must have 10 feet of root system set in this platform, and a little koi pond, and just a sense of comfort and calm. Strange juxtaposition to the mechanical nature of this place. But one thing stood out above all, and that was a headstone with a simply beautifully, or I should say, an ornately elegant but still simple wire twisted peony flower made entirely of metal, resting on a headstone. And that was quite an interesting find. And that is where we shall start with our group waking up from their first night of rest after watching the fireworks of the Night of Masks. They wake up rested and being woken up by the mechanically jovial voice of Bastion. Good morning. Food is prepared. I have the 202 grams of protein for Azrael. I know you will need to eat every 2 hours. I hope this is a good start. Breakfast is the most important meal, so my original master had told me. I have, of course, magic bean juice, flush with caffeine for those needing energy on this bountiful new day. Boop, beep, boop, 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 boop. You may, of course, interact as you will.
Well, I'm obviously gonna grab some caffeine.
All right. The magic bean juice is indeed coffee of this world, a rich and wonderful thing for all, as Bastion has it freshly brewed, and the smell of that and bacon, and it sounds like wonderfully seasoned, almost like garlic and rosemary hash browns, all manner of different spices. And cooked vegetables, vegetable omelet, meat omelet, all kinds of things. Um, sure enough, in one of those doors you had passed by in this main floor, there was indeed a servant's kind of kitchen style thing, and that is where all of that is coming from. Amazing smells. You can just really feel the warmth pleasantly and gently coercing you out of the bed sheets that had, of course, been changed by Bastion so that you weren't in dusty, frightfully, unpleasant or unclean sheets. Describe to me, each of you, if you could, how you slept in this bed, and which bed, actually, if you could describe the room that your character had been assigned or had chosen, because I know you guys in the last session had decided who gets where and why, and I thought that was really cool. I want the audience to know which room you guys were in, and you all have the floor. Any which one wants to speak up, go for it.
Well, I slept like a queen in my Goliath-sized bed, because of course that was going to be mine. And I very eagerly went to consume all of the necessary food for the morning.
Love it. That's right. There was only one bed your size, and it's the equivalent of an Alaskan king. For those wondering, how big are Goliaths? Well, they're about upwards of 7+ feet tall, and they are built natural northern warriors of the mountains. This made sense. This beautiful rock and wood hewn room, very thematic for a mountaineer. Who else?
Dear God, that's a giant beer.
That is amazing.
That's a normal size.
Well, I was staying in the room right next door to Azrael because she stole my wand, and our rooms are connected by a fireplace, but it's like the old-fashioned kind that goes all the way through.
Mm-hmm.
And so in my mind, I was going to sneak up on her and just take my wand back, but she's a real light sleeper, it turns out. So I wasn't able to do that. So I didn't sleep very well either.
I think coming from your audio, I think, is it just me or is everyone is hearing like a 2-layer of her voice? It's not a delayed audio. It seems like it's actually coming from maybe two sources of the same thing. So it doesn't sound like
yeah, I've got a dual system going on. Let me see if I can try to fix it.
Yes, it sounds more robotic than
But
Bastion's
I've said my
voice.
piece, so I'll mute until I figure this out.
Perfect. Awesome. Okay, cool. Thank you.
I mean, in the meantime, I'm a military person. I know Army stuff.
That's right. You served in militaries. You have a way of being, and who's to say you not all people who serve adhere to that, but sometimes it's kind of broken into you to kind of wake up at a certain time, go to sleep at a certain time, like clockwork. So understandable. All right. How about the others?
I will wake up very refreshed because Lazuli was so kind and took the room with the shackles, since I knew she knew that would be kind of traumatic for me. So I had a very nice night of sleep. So I wake up and I go into the kitchen, grab some coffee, just take a little light meal. I'm still pretty quiet, just kind of watching the other two that are in the room.
Perfect. And Lazuli?
Average sleep. I did not sleep the greatest. It was a very cold, dark, almost misty room, it seemed at times.
Mm-hmm.
The shackles were out of the way, but uncomfortable to be around.
Mm-hmm.
But don't get it twisted. I didn't do it just because I'm a nice person. Mifa had kind of destroyed the ship that I had gone on, and so I felt I owed her. So I repaid my debt, took that room so she wouldn't have to. And for breakfast, I just took the magical bean juice, black, no food.
All right. I want you to give me a perception check for me because there's something about the room that you're in that is, very unique. Not just when you found it had some toys in it, which is strange to see the terrifying juxtaposition of a young boy's toys and those chains. But what did you get on your perception roll? First roll of the game, I think.
Yeah, it's not good. 2.
All right. Well, we have rerolls if you want them. Oh, by the way, I
No,
didn't
we're
account
good.
for. I didn't account for 2K that Red you gave. There was a donation that I think didn't have something associated with it at all. So if you can tell me what those 2,000 biddies were, and also there's 1d4 pleasure for each of you. On your first roll of the game, basically, someone has basically said, I would like to add a d4 rolled by the DM to boost
Yay.
that roll. So everyone on their first roll today, and many, perhaps more, if people donate more pleasure. And there's also something called pain, which is a detriment, but very rarely do we see that except for
Oh.
playful friends popping in.
Mhm.
But you rolled a 2. Is that what you said?
Yep.
And then do you have a perception bonus on your character?
I do. +2, so 4.
4. Okay. Well, another mystery that goes unseen in this strange place as you are too distracted by the eagerness to get that bean juice. And who knows, honestly, that's valid. It's so valid. Total count, please, Red. I have 14 villain points, 19 player points, 2 villain disadvantage, and 9 companion points. So you let me know what you want that going towards. So in any case, this is a wonderfully calm time for each of you, despite maybe the good or average sleep. Time for the wizards to kind of maybe pick their have prepared their spells from their spell books. The warriors to have their maybe meditation or have their way of being if they are particularly religious or devoted to something. Is there any kind of small or simple ritual that you guys want the audience to know that your character does in the morning? Something connected to a belief system you have or a way of preparing for anything?
I can't think of anything.
That's fair. It'll come.
I do believe, well, I am religious and I do worship the goddess of seas, Delvia, but I
Mhm.
do that by offering any gold that I have and treasure that I might come upon. And my pockets are quite full right now from selling the ship. So I think what I'll do is after I finish eating, I'll go back down to take a dip in the waters in
Mhm.
the basement floor
Mhm.
and offer up my gold to the goddess to repent for my sins of
Ooh,
my past.
epic role play. Let's go ahead and do that now then as you sneak away while everyone is kind of just in that morning perhaps ire of grogginess or perhaps just unusual cheer like Bastion. You kind of managed to find yourself in the basement floor, which is a place where there are some sauna-esque arrangements as well as a pool door, like almost imagine like the opposite of a sunroof, but it's on the bottom, on the ground floor, and it opens to the drowned city. Some sort of segmented panel system that normally covers this is left open, and you are there with no sign of that mysterious mermaid or the sharks even. The little glow of day is kind of trickling in as the sunbeams are bouncing down from below, from outside, and let's see. You have this moment alone to honor Delvia, the goddess of seas, the wrathful force of nature that she is, the coveting goddess of treasures.
All right, so I take I have a bag of 3,000 gold that I had received for the ship that I had sold.
Mhm.
So I'm going to kneel down by the opening where the mermaid was previous day and just slowly pour in the coins and then just sort of confess some of my confess the past sins and ask for redemption from those and know that there's never going to be enough, but I'll keep trying.
Beautiful. Let's see here. You wish and ache for some acknowledgement, as though a face could appear in the waters that isn't your reflection. You imagine and daydream of some connection to this goddess. A vague memory in the hallucinations of war and battle. Did you feel her revelry as you brought violence upon the pirates, throwing them overboard violently into the swath of stormy waters where sharks ate their fill like never before? These images strike you in the vision of the waters. You almost are in this strange dichotomy of knowing how powerful you are in battle and how dangerous you are, and how you don't know how best to let your identity be settled in that knowledge. Are you meant for such things? Is this how you can, is this the only way you can serve? Or is there more to it than just being a tempest out there? Is there perhaps a more connected way? And as the coins slip and dip away, a fortune, a fortune that the average person could never hope to attain, 3,000 gold slips away, you feel a boon. You feel something, this ringing music of the waters, rippling at slowly at first, and then in a voice echoes. It almost sounds like it's is it in your head? Is it in this room? You don't know. And it just says, strike true at the enemies of Delphia. Delphia, Delphia, Delphia. And you now have the boon of combat prowess, because you have devoted yourself to Delphia in such a way where you do not long for treasure and give it up freely to your goddess. This boon allows you to, when you miss with a melee weapon attack, you can instead choose to have an automatic hit. You can only use this once per short rest. A short rest, for those wondering, is an hour of downtime in the game. Once per, not per hour per se, but you use it, you find an hour to rest and recuperate it, but it's very powerful. Delvia has basically given you the ability to hit impossible shots in battle with your glaive.
Very nice. Wow, that was intense. Also, it's kind of like be very like pretty startled and kind of go like stumble back away from the waters, and I still have what she said to me just echoing in my mind, and I just kind of am kind of out of it, and I stumble back upstairs, and I'm very shook.
You shook, and you
sit
find
down.
you find yourself leaning almost on the words of your mentor, the captain, who I'll let you know if you want to have that name out. Let me know if you want to keep it for a moment. If role play yourself, I won't utter it.
Oh no, you can.
All right, your captain, the mentor that who had basically taught you so much, a tiefling known as Captain Grimscythe, captaining a beautiful black ship known as the Deadly Satisfaction. Him and his crew of powerful Samoan-esque, they're islanders. They're big, brawny types with magical tattoos, almost like the style of tattoos on Atlantis, that seem to glow in battle, causing wounds that would normally, or weapons that would normally pierce flesh, to bounce off the tattoos. Maori in style. But this captain, this man who basically taught you so much, had grounded you in the knowledge that you are the master of your own destiny. And he says that forlorn, knowing what you know of his curse that he shared with you. Never for him never to be able to step on land again was his curse. For some reason, he had been damned in this way, and he had always reminded you to live your life fully and without regret. strangely kind despite having a fearsome reputation as a pirate. Looking like Jason Momoa.
Hell yeah. Definitely memorable.
Very
mentor.
memorable. Yeah. But a horned, slightly demonic Jason Momoa, you know, the cheeky smile and the pointed beard. All right. So let's see. The rest of you kind of see Mifa return a little shaken. And almost before you can kind of pry, there's a sound of like a bell. And you kind of look over in this kind of area, this dining area, and see that the bell is associated with a magical glyph that translates in front of you as it changes. It says, visitors have arrived and entered.
Can we tell, is there like a big shining light of where the heck they would have entered from? Because when we entered, the wall closed behind us.
Yes, if you believe from the sound of it, from kind of the sounds coming from downstairs, very possibly from that base floor entrance. And you're still a little echoey, but if you can't fix it, no worries. That's just the nature of the beast with tech for the first session anyway. So you can hear voices, a loud voice, joined by a very kind of like I'll just do the voice. It says, hello, it is Serge. I am here to dress you up for Mr. Graves. You are very much in need, I hear, of the proper attire of the Faraco garb. And he said, you can hear him kind of whispering. He says, I swear, if they have not showered by now, I'm quitting. I am so quitting if they have not bathed.
Oh my goodness, my character has been waiting for this new outfit the whole time.
All right.
I rush to be first in line.
You go stomping. And it's kind of like, have you ever seen like cats when like a child is running towards them? It's like the cats are like, what the hell is coming at me? That is the attendants of what seems to be Surge, these women who seem almost like kind of Greek adornments, togas of beautiful coloring. They're clearly wearing and modeling the mastery of the renowned tailor, the aristocratically inclined Serge. Serge, who I love saying his name, Serge. Serge is a very proud looking elf. His pointed ears are always revealed, and they are pierced along the edge. If an ear was like a blade of a knife, his cutting edge of his ear is just absolutely more metal than flesh. He has a very ornate set of face tattoos that are perfectly symmetrical, and just despite being face tattoos, they're actually very eloquent and minimalist, and almost add more of a youthful element to his features. They sharpen his cheekbones. They make his eyes a bit more almond, and make his eyebrows, which are dyed a bright purple, that to match his curling waxed mustache, which is seems to be what you know of elves. They can't grow facial hair. He seems to have basically added a mustache to his look out of, perhaps it is the style, you could guess just by looking at him. He is wearing a dapper, tall, he's like kind of a tall and lengthy. He's like in the Magicians. He is the character who, Elliot. He's kind of an Elliot languid, tall, awkward form, but he stands more legs than torso, but the torso has got a nice vest with beautiful buttons and kind of a pinstriped theme to it, a purplish hues, a royal kind of theme to the colors. And he immediately is kind of twisting his mustache and does not flinch as Azrael comes rounding up, despite his attendants jumping out of the way as though like Azrael's going to be like body slam WWE style into everyone. He says, finally, someone who understands the importance of my time cannot be wasted. You, darling, I can see I have a lot to work with, maybe too much, but I will make sure that that you are absolutely a prime representative of House Graves. What is your name? Take too long, don't care. Anyway,
My
so
name-
let's see here.
I like this guy.
This is the let's see for you. Okay, we're going to have to go with something that can really showcase your muscles. Write this down, Elise. We want sleeveless, clasp at the shoulders. We're gonna have to, you know what? Grab the bed sheets that we brought. We might need to use the bed sheets for this one. Great hips. Great hips.
Perfect.
We want to really showcase the leg muscles. I'm thinking more of the look of the Atrosian warriors. You know, the leather skirt. That is what I want. But to make it have more of the virgin belt loop. I know you're not a virgin, sweetie. I can see it on your face. But have that style. And of course, and he kind of goes over. He says, "Charisse, can we please get take care of this? A little bit of the fuzz there with that. One of those. All right, dear. You look wonderful. You look absolutely fabulous." And he kind of looks over and he's saying, "Did you smell something weird? Did she? Do you think she showered? Do you think she showered?" And just kind of goes, "Have you bathed?"
In the rain. Is that not acceptable?
12 gods help me. I will take the 13th.
Nature is my shower.
That is okay. You know what? That's fine. That's fine. What am I but a God's damn professional? I have adorned the greatest royal merchants. But no, this is fine. It is fine. Okay. All right. You know what? This is something I can work with. We're going to get started. All right. I'm going to take your measurements now. Just go ahead and keep your arms up. And oh, nope, never mind. Arms down. I changed my mind. We'll do that last. And he starts going around you very quick. Zip, zip, zip with his you can see this out of nowhere, this ethereal measuring tape that just pops out. And he kind of like, as soon as he's like smells the armpits and he's like, woof, and he kind of just goes, yep, and he kind of casts a little spell and the measuring tape floats around you and starts taking the measurements. And he is basically like just making these almost orchestra gestures to get the measurements on you. And he says, arms up now, arms up, quick, quick, quick. There we go. What is your name?
Azrael.
Okay. Yes, that is one of. Let's check her off. We're taking care of this one. All right. We have your measurements. I am told that the armor is coming for you. I'm sure you're going to have a great time with him. Let's see here. I am going to, let's see, work on the next one. Who is next?
I stride forward, kind of push my way past Rarger, seeing that she's trying to get ahead of me, but confidently step forward and say, obviously, it's me.
All right. Let's see here. You will look great in purple, I think. Yes. All right. Let's see. I am seeing corsets for you, darling. Corsets is what we are thinking. In the House of Graves, we are very keen on the flash of metal being a beautiful, industrious, golded, gilded way, artificer material, very strong. Perhaps something that betrays a sense of convention in armor, but that is not my thing. But I can definitely see we will have you being able to kick and wield whatever it is you wield. I am not seeing any weaponry. Are you magically inclined?
I might be.
All right, very good, very good. I know that the Mages Guild are a big problem in this area, and are you a member of the Mages Guild? They are very dangerous, and I know that if you are a part of them, there's a certain amount of obligation you have to your kind, the rules you have to follow.
Oh, no. I don't answer to them.
You know what? That is smart. They are shit bags, as they say. So, all right. let's see. Okay. Mm, mm, all right. I am thinking something that allows for the shape of her clavicle to pop gently in the slender nature of her neck. Though I definitely want something around the neck, something that represents House Graves, something that perhaps could be enchanted later. Um, let's see here. Goodness. All right. No cape. She has too good of a silhouette. It will ruin her if she strikes a
capes,
pose in the
no
light. No
capes.
capes. No capes. No capes. You understand, dear. You understand. Have you thought about being in this line of work?
Mm-hmm. No capes, purples, blues, greens. I know what I want.
You understand? Sergey is so happy to finally have someone who understands. Okay. All right. Very good. Very good. All right. And he immediately takes notes and then sends his measuring tape around you in this quick dance, a flutter, and is very, very pleased and moves on to the next. Who's next?
Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes, we can.
Thank God. Oh, okay. While all the craziness was happening with Azrael, can I send my unseen servant to take my wand back?
Oh, nice. So the unseen servants, let me see if they can fly because she is tall. Let's see. Unseen servant might not reach. Let's see. Unseen servant. How does it
Should
move?
be able to.
Let's see. Yes, it can. All right. Go ahead and do a +4 sleight of hand check. It's not really sleight of hand. It's basically your, like I said, described in session 0. It is wielded by your intelligence modifier, which is a matter of your willpower over these manifestations of your magic, which is intelligence based. And C18, great roll, and as well as with some pleasure thrown in the mix. Boom, putting you up to a pretty good high number. Let's see, Rarger rolled high. All right, Azrael, you're going to have to roll a perception check. And unfortunately, because you're so distracted by the hustling and bustling of the measurements, you're going to have a disadvantage on your perception check. So if you can roll that perception with 2 rolls, and that's what disadvantage means, sorry. Disadvantage is when you roll 2 dice, make the lower of the 2 as your base, and then add to that and ignore the higher number. And that is the circumstance of you being distracted by the excitement of what's happening.
Oh, just a D20.
Yes, correct, D20. Yeah, when in doubt, roll the D20. That's basically a good policy here. It's the dice that you use for almost everything except for damage.
Okay, I was looking through all the papers and I'm like, I don't know which one to roll. I rolled 14.
All right, 14. And is that adding your unique, let's see, perception bonus, which we have here is +1. So, all right, you do not notice as a unseen servant named aptly because it is a force-esque summon that has really almost no visual representation other than manipulating the wand out of your hair, which kind of calls your hair to fall back. But it is in that moment where you're getting measured, the measuring tape is all around you. And Rargur, you managed to get your hands on that wand.
Put it in my pocket immediately so that Azrael does not know that I took it.
All right. Sneaky. Okay. Let's see. At that point, let's see. You're kind of pocketing it at that moment. You've earned kind of a strange glance from this elvish man with the very large wax mustache, and he says, "You there with the one eyebrow? Come up." What is your name?
I kind of trudge over there. I'm not super excited about this interaction, but I'm trying not to be rude because our patron did tell us that he was coming. Didn't tell us he was an elf. but definitely just kind of.
All right. What is your name?
Burger.
Why are you making stomach rumbling noises with your face? I don't understand.
Burger.
Can someone translate the goblin of Hob does not seem to understand what I'm trying to say. Name.
Rarger, sir.
Oh, that is your name.
It is her name.
That is your name. I am not at all sorry. I am more sorry that that is your name. Well, Rarger, it seems that you have been gifted and cursed. Gifted with an excellent musculature, I might say, and cursed in every way else, honestly. Let us see here. We're going to have to give this one maybe perhaps a better haircut to allow to showcase what I want is a high collar on this one. I want a collar that says I am to be feared and respected, though probably more feared considering those sharp teeth, I'm thinking. Let's see. And you, what was your name again, sweetie, with the love of purple?
Oh, Lazuli.
Lazuli. That is a great name for a rock. Anyway, so let's see here. You're unfortunately not going to have the purples. We're going to do the House of Graves. That's who is paying me. One day you can pay me and you can have all the purple in the world. I do not care. Don't doubt you could ever afford me. Anyway, so it's going to be House Black, or House Graves, which is black. It is going to be gold. It is be a trim of red. That is okay. That is okay. Don't worry about it. You will look wonderful. I take care of you. Rager, over here, I think red is your color. Thankfully, we'll have a little bit of trim in there. Yes, I am sensing. I'm sensing a statement of black contrasting well. Let us use a little less red for this one because there's a lot of red going on. I am very much. Yes. You understand that I'm talking about your skin color. This is fantastic. You are so keen and smart, so sharp. I'm a fan. I'm a very big fan. Let's make sure we avoid the sharp objects on this one's dress. They might get hurt. So let us think here.
Must be war ready.
War ready. Okay, then we'll say a soft heel for this one. Very soft heel. Do I want them all to have heels? Because except for that big one, I want them to have a bit more of a balanced kind of look when they walk into a room. We can't do this when they walk in. That will give everyone a headache. It is giving me a headache looking at them now. I'm getting a neck ache looking up at that one. All right. So here we go. Okay, and then the measuring tape comes flying at you and quickly zipping around you. I'm thinking. They said battle already, so let's go with no soft sleeves, maybe shoulder or forearm length. Definitely some big sleeves for the for what is her name, Emerald, for Emerald, and we will definitely make sure that she will be able to hide things up those sleeves. She seems very sneaky. I'm sure that will serve House Graves very nicely. And let's see, make sure to check your coin purses, everyone, after dealing with that one. She seems very, very, very shady. Let us see. All right, and you over there, fish ears?
Yeah, I'm coming. I'll make my way over there and just be very, very quiet.
All right. There is a lot to be said here. I expected the worst smell. I'm not going to lie. I'm very relieved. Okay, so shoulder pads. Are we doing shoulder pads now? How is that? How is the latest fashion? No shoulder pads. God, you would look so good with shoulder pads. Can we put a note? Maybe shoulder pads. Maybe. All right. I am thinking. Let's see. Goodness gracious. Sapphire, are you a bit modest with the slits in the dress? Can we do a little higher slit for you?
Yeah, we can do that.
Great.
Sapphire.
Okay. All right. Let's see. I think we'll also do slits in the dress. I think we should actually have at least something a bit more flashy. I want them to really showcase the girl power element the House Graves is really taking on here. I like power moves, power walk. I want heels. Like I said, soft heel for growl, and then I want something a bit sharper for these two. Or can you fight in heels? You look like you fight.
I can fight in anything.
I love the
Prefer a
confidence.
sturdy boot, but heels will do.
Sturdy boot with heels will do. The confidence, I want you to channel that. I know that your features, you probably grown up, low confidence. We're going to take care of you. I promise it is going to be fine. All right. Let's see. Let's see. Piercings. Do we want piercings? Do we have piercings?
I have a few.
All right. Very good. We are going to color code your piercings. You're going to be a gold girl now. I know you have a love of silver. I can kind of see it, but holy shit. It is going to be gold. Everyone repeat with me. Gold is my friend. Okay. Yes. Fantastic. All right. That is asking way too much. That's fine. Okay. So, I like the idea of this one having a turtleneck of some kind, something that is like a sharp buttons, something like this. I like that. In any case, I want to have the gold buttons, not the silver. Silver are for Sergey. They are gold. All right. Are you taking notes? What are you doing? Yes, I know. It is a lot. Stop crying. I know. There are no tears in the presence of Sergey, unless they are tears of absolute euphoric bliss at the transformation that we are about to partake in. Now, it begins. And with that, Sergey immediately starts whipping up spells, and fabric goes flying around and throwing themselves on you. And for a moment, it feels like you're being attacked by like, almost like violent fabric, and almost getting your eyes gouged out by piercings that are coming at your face, and then moving to the side at the last moment. Some of you manage to stand very still and calm and poised. Other part of you have like that urge to dodge, out of nowhere, a chair comes flying and knocking you off your feet, and suddenly your shoes are being ripped off, and all kinds of stuff. It is a flurry that there's always a modest covering of something whipping around you, a drape or curtain at all times. And Sergey is, of course, shouting very passionately to Elise and Charisse, his assistants. And by the time it is done, you guys are in the beautiful black and gold and red trim of House Graves. Pauldron intact for Ragur, a high kind of collared piece for Lazul, or was it not? A high collar piece for Ragur, a nice button up the middle of these gorgeous gold buttons with a seashell pattern for Mifa.
Nice.
With a high kind of slits that match Lazuli's dress, allowing for kicks, fast movement, or kind of a stealth to exist. Softer heels for the two of you, no heels for Azrael, and sharper heels for Mifa. And as he's kind of finishing, he says, I am so good at what I do. I'm so good. So good. Look at them. They are finally looking like they can go out into the streets and claim the honor of being a part of House Graves, who I love, I have to say. Saracen, we love him. Wonder what is behind the mask at all times. He never takes it off, but it is such an honor to help him pick out his masks. Oh my God, such honor. Okay. How are we feeling? Give me the strut. Let's do the walk. Come on.
I just like kick my feet down a little bit. I'm like,
Yes. All right. I am very happy. My work here is done. I hope you have a very good life. Next time I see you, I am sure it will be because you have ruined everything and I have to come back and fix it. All right. Ta-ta. Love you. Probably never see you again. Bye. And he's gone.
Well, that was a character.
I agree with you, Sapphire.
Okay. I don't like this man.
Now that he's
Sapphire,
gone and can't,
Emerald.
yeah. Now that he's gone and can't
You got me some
make
new
any
beard.
comments, I want
Absolutely.
to minor illusion a bad guy over in the corner and like pretend to fight him so I can test out the wares.
Oh yeah, there you go. Oh, I love that. You get an inspiration point, and that is a free reroll for your character to hold on to. And that is a great idea to use your spell to create an illusion of an enemy and start testing it out. You feel like you're very mobile, and you feel very, very powerful. You guys, while wearing this garb, have advantage on persuasion and intimidation checks. You can write that note into your thing because you have been associated with House Graves in crest and colors. House Graves is a very formidable house in current standings politically. So if you are representing yourself in a persuasive moment or intimidating moment, people will associate you with not just being an individual to be messed with, but part of a greater whole.
Oh, you said persuasion and
Intimidation. Yeah. So, and advantage is basically means you, for those wondering in chat, they get to roll 2 dice and pick the bigger of those 2 dice, which is guaranteeing that they'll avoid a nat 1 and hopefully get bigger numbers. So, your Gur is battling an illusion. What is this illusion? Because I imagine you probably have memories of things that you fought. You would probably pull from
I'm
there.
just pulling up a little baby goblin.
Oh shit. You're beating up the illusion of a short little goblin boy.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's so brutal. I love like the idea of these characters going, what? Because like everyone else can see this.
Well, goblins aren't
Because
people,
she
so I
knew
just,
that. Well, and she knew that if she made an illusion of me, she'd totally lose. So
oh,
This
I
is the
love this
illusion.
shit talk.
Oh. Yeah, I beat it handily.
Yeah, I mean, pretty obviously, I don't think you can lose against your own illusions. It would be really sad if like you were just, I don't know, it'd be pretty funny actually to just like pretend to get your ass kicked by an illusion. Be like a gym.
Grudgingly admitting, yes, the elf did a good job. Fine.
Yeah,
Fine.
you guys look badass. Any which way you imagine it, it is. You guys look lethal, and at the same time able to be a boss. Anyone else before we move on?
Did I mention what went downstairs?
Oh, you can absolutely.
Okay. So guys, I just want to let you know that I've changed my ways from my past, and I donated all the gold I had, which was 600,000 gold.
Oh no, it was 3,000.
Oh, 6,000. Was it 6,000 gold? I think it was 6,000.
Was it 6,000 maybe?
Oh,
Yeah,
I could be wrong. 600. Oh god.
I was like, oh my god, heart attack.
But I have been blessed. I donated it to my goddess that I believe in, and I got blessed by her. And I believe I have this feeling that if I ever am fighting an enemy and I miss, that I can just will to hit. I will have her blessing. So just wanted to let you guys know that we are blessed together by Delvia, goddess of the seas.
I do have a quick question though. If you donated a bunch of your money, was this to the mermaid that was downstairs?
No, she wasn't there. I didn't see her.
Okay.
But no, it was an offering to my god, and I felt that she had received it.
How do you know that that fishy woman didn't just take all of your money?
Agreed.
Poor fishy
definitely
woman.
You sound very trusting.
Fishy woman.
Fishy
Said the
woman.
other fishy woman to the fishy woman. There's a lot of fishiness going on here.
No, I
I
definitely
mean,
heard a
fishy
voice.
situation.
looks like your god. I don't know.
I definitely felt a connection. I knew her presence was there, and it wasn't her voice. Like, I would have recognized the mermaid's voice from our game last night, and And yeah, no, I really feel like Delvia herself spoke to me. She told me to strike true at the enemies of Delvia and reminded me of my mentor. So
Good
I
advice.
feel like it's good. Mm-hmm.
What
I'm broke, guys.
the
I'm
Who's
not having
deciding
money.
who the
hell?
enemies are? I'm a little skeptical here. Who's deciding who the enemies of Delvia are?
I'm sure we'll find that out while we're working for our Saracen Graves employer. He might know.
Lazuli, let's keep an eye on this one.
Yeah, what the heck, Mifa? You just gave 6,000 gold. Do you know what that could get you?
I'm
You
like
got
just in
nice
my own
words?
corner, like
Was that
swirling my
worth
glaive
it?
around in little circles. Like, I am such a blessed individual.
I roll my eyes hard enough that it's audible.
Just the scraping of your skull.
I was like, this armor is pretty good. Like, this must have been a lot of money too, but
Not what I would have done.
Imagine how many axes you could have bought with that.
I love that's your metric. That's like at least 3 axes.
I have everything that I need on me. And it looks like our meals are
Thanks
provided
to that
for.
guy that you didn't like.
One more time. What did you
I
say?
said
I'm just
thanks
trying
to
to
that
figure
guy
out what
that
fishy
you
woman you're
didn't
talking
like.
about.
That's
Go ahead,
right.
Asriel. We keep talking over each other. Go ahead.
It's fine.
It's fine. So yeah, I'm
Just
broke,
taking
guys.
mental notes is fine.
Roger is very frustrated that everybody's talking about some random fish lady that nobody is mentioning who the heck this is.
Fair. Your character does not know about the fish lady. That is
Correct.
true.
And so I keep asking and nobody's answering.
I stride up to Rarger and I pull the mermaid scale out of my bag that I had plucked from her tail earlier. And I show it to Rarger and I say, "This is from that mermaid woman that Mifa just threw 6,000 gold to." So she was down there yesterday. She tried to play a game, wouldn't tell us her name, coy and all that. Yeah, fish pun intended. So she was interesting.
He wasn't
Can we use
interested
that
in what
to get
I
it back?
brought.
Can we use that to get it back?
To get her 6,000, I think she'll have to swim for it.
I don't
Needs
think she'll have a
money.
problem with that.
I don't have
Yeah,
anything to
the
show
fish.
her, so I'm not going to win the game again.
Mifa,
You
what
were-
happens if you go swim and get your gold back? It's like putting your coins into all these other lucky fountains. What happens if you take it back?
I'm not stealing from my goddess.
But
That
it's
was my
yours.
offering for her. I
Well,
don't
how do you
need
know
it.
that was your goddess?
I felt the connection. She spoke to me, and now I feel more powerful and blessed. And you guys are blessed to have me as a friend.
I love that. You guys are blessed to have me as your friend. I love this so much. I'm gonna be
I
telling
guess
my
we're
friends
just-
that too.
I guess we're just skeptical on like who you place your trust in and whether we are actually your friends or if this is a ruse.
A ruse.
I guess we'll find out the next time we enter combat. If I was truly blessed or not.
So wait, where did Sergey come from?
The
Because he
wall.
left from somewhere.
So you
Is the
saw him
wall still a door?
the wall opens into a door and then closes back to a wall.
There sure are a lot of disappearing doors in this place.
Right, you
Do we want to
are.
like
Says a
go
voice
out
behind
through
you
the door
guys.
and try to explore
Oh,
what's around?
damn.
Uh-oh.
I turn around with my glaive and my cape thing, my jacket goes like whirling, and I'm like, ooh, nice.
Yeah, dope. Very dope. You see Master Saracen Graves.
Mm.
Somehow behind you, towards the he is sitting at the bar in the back of this kind of entryway, the wet bar, and he has kind of poured himself of that 200-year-old bottle that had already been opened. He says, "Can't let this go to waste, I suppose." Well, I have to say, my best regards to Sergei. He has adorned you in the proper fashion of House Graves.
Phew, phew, phew.
But what is form without really discerning function? As an artificer, I have to know. And he makes this gesture. Rargur, give me a dexterity saving throw, please.
Ooh.
11.
All right, 11. Sure enough, out from wherever you had hidden it, the wand leaps out of your possession and into the hand of Saracen, and his almost masked, kind of skull-esque gilded thing seems almost smiling as he says, "Let's see if you really are the real deal." And he just gently makes this simple gesture, and 4 suits of armor come to life around you and get into a fighting position surrounding you guys. Roll for initiatives.
Shit. Well, Mifa, I hope you're right about this.
Oh, dang. 4.
All right, you have the initiatives part of the top middle portion of your character sheet. You have to add that to your D20 roll.
4.
17 plus 3.
Oh, nice.
17.
17. All right, let me get my pen. All right. All right. So who got the highest? I think it was the 20.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mifa.
Mifa.
All right. And then we had Lazuli at 17. Azrael, what did you get?
So I rolled a 6 plus 2 initiative, but do I still have that extra free roll from
You do.
our?
You do.
Okay, I'm gonna 7. Yeah.
Yeah, let's get you
Okay, I got 17 this time, so
Oh,
that's way better. So
perfect.
17 plus 2 initiative. So
All right.
I'll take
So it'll be
19.
Mifa, Azrael, Lazuli, and then I have to roll actually for the bad dudes. Let's see. Interestingly enough, it'll be bad dudes and then Rugger pulling up the tail end of the initiative, unfortunately, with that low roll. But Mifa, being a combat ready traveling warrior with the capability of rage, it makes sense that there's a part of you that's uncanny in its preparedness for battle. It hums through you. It's your move. You can do whatever it is you wish to do, attack, rage and attack, or do any kind of anything. That the options are available to you as a barbarian.
Okay. I still have a little bit of trust for Saracen, so I don't really truly believe he wants to injure us, so I'm not gonna fully go out on my rage here. I'm just gonna
Mhm.
test the new outfit, swing my glaive at the closest.
Okay.
What are they? The armored
Yeah, the animated armor. Yeah. So go
animated
ahead
armor close
and,
to us.
and roll a d20 and add 7. That's your, or no, sorry, is that no? Hold on. Is it 7?
Yeah.
Add 7 to that with your glaive.
That was crooked. 17 total.
17 total. That would normally be a miss, but because you've been gifted pleasure, it is a boost that turns that miss into a hit because of the numerical advantage you got. So
Oh, nice.
thankfully,
Thank
thanks
you.
to I think it was Red who threw out pleasure for all of you. Go ahead and turn that miss into a hit by rolling some damage. Let's get that 1d10 plus
Okay.
5. Oh my gosh, that's a lot.
9. So 14.
14 damage. Oh my gosh. You smash your glaive into the suit of armor, causing this rent throughout the chest piece, revealing, of course, what you all knew. Nothing is inside here, but it looks down and looks back up and is still capable of fighting, even though you've done a great amount of damage to it. Let's see. You can choose. Oh, wait, but you're not raging. Never mind. So let's see here. All right. You can choose to move, but moving, because you are surrounded, might be dangerous because enemies can sometimes get a free attack on you if you move past them. So you can call it here as your turn. You've done a good chunk of damage, and we'll pass it
I'm going to
off.
be very confused. Like, I was just blessed. Like, what the heck is this? And then I looked at the rest of the party.
You did a blessed amount of damage, so it's working for you. All right, Azrael, you've got your great axe. You've got a lot of options with what you can do. What do you want to do? You've even got some spells you can use to power up your axe.
So curious. One of my things is Searing Smite, but it does specify when you hit a creature. Are these technically considered creatures or not?
Great question. Creature is pretty broad, but these suits of armor in this case would be considered creatures. Yes. So you
can I do that thing?
Yeah. So Searing Smite's a bonus action. Awesome spell. It basically turns your axe into a flame. You ignite it into flames. It's like a lightsaber axe, just burning hot heat. And then you can swing with your action and try to hit. Do you want to hit the one in front of you, or do you want to hit the one that Mifa already hurt? There's basically, or one of the other ones. You have options.
I think I want to attack one that's at full health, because I think I can defeat a full health one.
Yeah, much, and it speaks to your code of like honor and battle, is that you want to take on the strongest thing. That makes sense. Okay, so go ahead and roll to hit. It's a D20, and for you, you're adding, I think, the same number as Mifa, which was 7.
Okay. Oh, I got an 8. So plus 7, 15.
15. Let's see if you hit with some pleasure. Unfortunately, the animated suit of armor is very quick. It is deceptively fast as it turns and pivots, turning its shoulder and avoid the axe swing that swings through the air, and you almost hit your own leg, but thankfully you kind of swing and recover. Your spell is still on your axe, so you haven't lost your flaming damage yet. So it will only go away if you lose concentration or if you succeed on hitting an enemy and thus exploding the damage on them. So you still have flames on your axe, thankfully, even after a miss. All right. Bonus action. Do you want to move, or do you want to stay right there going toe to toe with this guy?
I'll go toe to toe with him again.
All right. So good. Moving on to Lazuli. What's your
I'm going to cast Magic Missile, which creates 3 glowing darts. I'll send 1 to the one that Azrael is in battle with, and 2 to the one that Mifa is in battle with.
All right. You don't even have to roll for it. You just have to roll damage because Magic Missile is an auto hit spell. So roll 1d4 and add whatever it says to add on the spell.
1d4 plus 1.
Okay, so all the darts are going to do a uniform amount of damage. 1d4 plus 1.
4 plus 1
max
is 5.
Damage.
Yes.
Boom, 5 damage to one that let's see, it was Bunny's character Azrael's fighting, and then 2 hit for 10 damage. You blast that one's helm off its head, but it is still barely still going. You've done incredible. You've almost crippled it entirely. Yeah, that thing's barely walking. All right, good use of your turn. Explosive darts shimmering with the, I guess, the colors of water, and doing incredible force damage there. And let's see, it is the 4 suits of armor, and then it is Ragur. All right, the armors seem pretty simple and standard in their tactics. Attack the person in front of them. So the one that is in front of Mifa is going to attack. Let's see. Let me make sure I have everyone's armor class here. All right. Mifa expertly blocks with her glaive. No damage coming in there, as she is not. She's feeling blessed. She's feeling blessed as the animated suit armor swings and tries to smash, and boom. Epic dodge or epic block. The one facing down Azrael is trying to close in. And let's see, manages to get Azrael punching up into her throat.
Oh,
For
it's too early for this.
8 damage as it hits that part of the throat that just almost collapsed the trachea viciously. It's a full-on swing of a metal gauntlet to the neck. That's the one in front of Lazuli. Closes in. Lazuli, do you have any reactions as a spellcaster? Let's see here. Does not. Nope, that's the wrong person. Oops. Okay. Let's see. Your spells. An example would be the shield spell.
I do have shield, I think.
Let's see. Do you want to cast shield to create a force field to avoid being hit?
Yeah, we'll do that.
All right. You, at the last moment, with one hand still glowing from the residual energy of the magic missile, you twist your body and create this arcane aura that forces out the closing fist. At the last moment, it's about to hit your face, and the force field deflects it up in the air harmlessly, in a display of arcane prowess. The last one swings at Ragur. Ragur, your AC is 12, so it will hit. Do you have a reaction that you would have accessible to you? I'm going to go quickly and see if you do.
Can I expeditious retreat really fast, or is that not a reaction?
So let's take a look. Expeditious retreat says it is a bonus action. We're looking for anything that says 1 reaction, it seems.
Yeah, I don't have any reactions.
No worries. Okay, so
I just take it and look right back at it like nothing happened.
Nice. 5 damage as you get clocked and then just stare it down. And like you just feel your temper under the surface, your eyes dangerous. All right, that's as much threat as they can pose. Ragur, you get to rebuttal.
Okay. Well, I want to Jim's magic missile. I want to put them all into the one that just hit me.
Oh, just just a Kamehameha blast.
Yeah. So I think that one actually you do need to try to hit.
Let me take a look. I'm not actually familiar with the spell because it's from a book I've never looked at. Okay, let's see. Okay, so this is interesting. This is actually one that you have to. So you lose a gold coin every time you cast a spell. It says components 1 gold coin, which is consumed as tax for using the spell. So you lose a gold coin out of your pocket, and then you get to roll 3 attacks.
So the first one was 17. You want me to just roll the 3 and then roll the damage?
Yeah, that is necessary for the nature of the spell because it has stipulations that are very interesting.
17, 16, 7.
All right. And is that adding your spell attack modifier? No, good, because you would definitely want to make sure we hit. So
add 4 to all of those.
It'll be +6 because your spell attack.
Even better.
Yeah. So
22.
All right. And the
Something's-
first 2 hit and the last one misses. Go ahead and roll 4d4 damage in total. That's excellent damage. Love to see it. Love to see those big, powerful spells come in. Quite a risk, that spell. There's a pretty big downsides, but some good upsides.
That's 9 total. roll.
All right, 4d4s, 9
Plus
damage.
6.
That 6 isn't added to damage, unfortunately, just attack. So 9 force damage, excellent. Let me write that down. 9 is the first time that one's taken damage. You blast it, denting.
So anyway, I
steel with
started
magic.
blasting.
So anyway, I started blasting. All right. You can hear the vocal approval of Graves, and he says, "That's the spirit. Teamwork, not being daunted by being surrounded. Let's see how well you do at being outnumbered." And then one more suit of armor animates. And it is now Mifa's turn. Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna rage because I'm upset that there is still more enemies coming.
Rage. Describe your rage. How does it look? How does it feel? What kind of energy or whatever it is radiating off of you? This is a very powerful thing. While not innately magical, it comes from a magical place.
I'm just going to channel my horrific past of being enslaved for years and how I was used in multiple ships as a weapon. And if Saracen wants to see what we can do, I definitely want to show him what we can. And so yeah, I am going to go towards the armor that I had previously hit.
Yeah, that one's barely standing. So you could really mess it up you could destroy it in one hit.
So I'm definitely like glaring, like teeth baring, like gonna swing my glaive at him.
All right. So you have a feature called Reckless Attack, and it means you can choose to roll with advantage on all your attack or your attack this turn, or all your attacks in a turn because in the future turns, because of frenzy, you can make more than one attack, but not this turn, unfortunately, because it was a bonus action to rage, and your frenzy extra attack is a bonus action. We only get one bonus action, so I'm explaining it to the audience and yourselves here. You get the choice of rolling with advantage, but all attacks you for one turn are at advantage. So an option that isn't stated on your character sheet, but actually does exist under, I think it's features and traits. Do you want to recklessly attack, or are you happy to attack with the certainty that you have right now?
I will just attack with the certainty that I have.
Perfect. Yeah, you have a very high likelihood of hitting. Let's go see it.
13 plus 7.
That's huge. You smash into it. Roll that 1d10 plus 5. Let's see if this thing survives.
6.
6 damage. Well, when I tell you, this thing was at 5 health.
Oh damn! Okay.
And
Oh my
actually, your
Nice.
bonus damage is plus
plus
2 while
2,
raging.
yeah.
So you did 8. You spin your glaive and bring down in a two-handed chop that goes from the open neck, because it was already had with Lazuli blasted the head off of it, down to the groin, cutting this suit of armor in half as it collapses harmlessly in a clang, rattle, and crumple on the floor. And you can hear the soft golf clap of the black gloved Saracen Graves on the side.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, you're like raging, but you're all like, that's what I thought, all proper, even though like veins are sticking out of your arms and shit. That's what I thought. Just keep going. All right. Awesome use of your turn there. That was glorious. Subsequent turns, you can attack twice, which is crazy. So it's very valuable to rage early and often. Azrael, you
Fuck him up, Mifa.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't Mifa can really lay it out. So
That's what I'm here for.
it's Azrael's turn to showcase with her flaming damage. If you can get a hit, Azrael, you're going to do lots of damage too.
Got this.
All right.
Okay, so I'm rolling to hit.
Yeah, D20 plus 7.
11 plus 7, 18.
That is exactly its armor class, which means you meet it, you beat it. That's the rule. So you hit the AC target. That means you hit the enemy. Go ahead and roll all that damage. We're looking at 1d12 plus 5 plus an extra 1d6 of fire damage.
Wait, so what was it again? So I rolled a 6 plus, did you say 5?
So yeah, you rolled a 1d12. So you say you got a 6 on a d12. So that's plus 5 is 11.
Yes.
And then you're going to roll a 6-sided dice, the cube dice. And let me know what you got on that.
3. That hopped up onto my keyboard.
All right. 14 extra damage. What we call bloodying. I know this thing doesn't have blood, but bloodying is a code word for me telling you did more than half its health. It's at less than half. And more importantly, Searing Smite dictates that a target you hit is now on fire. So it's taking multiple turns of fire damage every turn. So now a flaming suit of armor is burning hot, melting pieces of it. The more ornate parts of it are totally being melted. As your axe smashes and cleaves through it, it is barely standing as well. It is a beautiful. It's a beautiful sight, this warm fire coming off of an enemy. It's just a shame it isn't screaming in pain. All right. Lazuli.
I'm going to add to the fire that's going on and cast Burning Hands.
Nice. You could get 2 suits of armor in the blast and not get no allies. So let's go ahead and roll for those enemies. There's a fail and a fail that looks like those suits of armor are taking full damage from the blast of flames as you put your hands together, fan out, and create a horrendous flamethrower of damage.
All right. And it's 3d6, right? That seems like a lot.
It is 3d6,
Okay.
but it's because it costs you a spell slot. These spells have to do more damage to be worth it. Yeah.
That's true. Okay. 6.
Oh, no.
6.
Oh, shit. And 6.
If it's 3 6s, am I cursed? We'll find out.
No.
3. Okay.
Okay.
We're good.
All right. That is incredible. 15 fire damage. You melt Azrael's opponent to nothing and blast the newcomer that had just stepped in, hurting it greatly. Yeah, you fry the already on fire target and hurt very badly another one. Well done. And you can just basically see Saracen in the corner, looking down, swirling his drink, and not fire, more fire. Yes. And
really quick, right before they attack, can I cast Blade Ward, the cantrip?
So you can cast it as an action on your turn.
Thanks.
I know.
I'm gonna miss it. Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately, because they go before you.
Yeah.
But let's see, 2 of them are down. That leaves 2 others and 1 badly burned one left. So the one that is in front of you is also wounded as well, actually. So it is going to take a swing, and it is going to unfortunately hit as it rolls very high for only 3 damage as it rolls low on the damage, thankfully. And it tries to punch you in the rib, and you kind of just take it without making a single noise as you flex your abs into the hit of a metal arm, a piece of you getting angrier. The burning one that Lazuli had set charges her, swings wildly, and unfortunately misses. And then the last one tries to attack Azrael. Let's see, Rargur. This one provokes from your ready. You have a reaction to hit as an attack of opportunity. Go ahead and make an attack with your quarterstaff, because that's the only thing you can hit with. Is it has to be kind of something in your hand. So make a free attack roll against this clumsy suit of armor charging at Azrael here.
18.
That's a hit. Nice. Roll damage here with your quarterstaff.
26.
We can say you're wielding it 2-handed and give you a D8.
Okay.
It's like a very Mulan move, right? Happening right
8.
here. 8 damage plus 1.
3.
Oh, plus 3. Holy shit.
Ooh.
Damn, girl. All right. Smashing it for 11. It is closing on Azriel, and let's see. You hurt it really bad. It still manages to get a hit on Azriel for 3 damage as it goes and tries to stomp on Azriel's foot with its metal kind of spiked foot, causing a little bit of pain, a little bit itty bitty. But Rarger, that was your reaction. Now it's your turn. You get to do what you want to do. What you want to do.
How are they looking? Do they look like they're
losing?
pretty weak?
They're losing. Yeah. There's only one that hasn't been damaged. The other 2 look pretty weak.
Can I do a sweep with my quarterstaff, or do I have to hit one person with it?
So you can try to trip one person at a time if you're going to do a sweep. Yeah. And that'll knock them down if you succeed.
I'll do that.
All right. So go ahead and give me an athletics check. Let's go to your character sheet so I can confirm and help you out if needed.
Okay.
Athletics plus 3.
Not good. I got 3 plus 3 is 6.
Unfortunately, you swing your quarterstaff and try to trip that guy, but he's solid metal, and your quarterstaff clangs against the sturdiness of his legs.
Actually, can I save face?
Yeah, let's do it.
Gain a bonus equal to the number of. Oh, that might not be enough. Actually, never mind.
What would the bonus give you?
It would give me +4. +3 number of allies. Unless is that guy who's attacking us? Does he count as an ally?
He does actually.
Then
Or wait, the guy. Wait, are you talking about Graves?
Yeah.
Yeah, he counts as an ally. Do you want to use save face?
Would +4 do enough to do anything?
You can't know until you try.
I know
Do
what-
it.
what's happening. Okay, sure.
All right, it works. You manage to channel something deep in you. That
I'm not being embarrassed in front of
You're
our
like,
patron. Not today.
not today. And you hit, and it clangs, and then you stick the like a broom through someone's legs. You stick through both legs and crank using one leg as a lever against the kneecap of the other and send it clashing to the ground, using your intelligence on leverage rather than your brutality of strength.
Fuck yeah.
Something about having friends in the room makes a difference for us all. Nicely done. Now, anyone attacking that enemy with a melee attack has free advantage for the whole turn. And it's Mifa's turn. Free advantage for the Mif.
I bring the beef.
I bring the beef. It's what's for dinner.
All right. Advantage.
Yeah.
I want to rage again.
You're
or
already
should I
raging. Raging
try-
lasts.
Oh,
yeah. You
does
don't
it?
have to. Yeah. So you last for a minute or until there's chances for rage to fail, but as long as you're attacking or taking damage, you're always in your rage for that minute, and you get the benefits, which means more damage and more attacks for you. So you get 2 attacks against this downed opponent with bonus
okay.
damage. Yeah, you
All
get a
right.
chance to mess them up.
All right. 7 plus 7.
Is that so? You rolled 2 dice. Was that the higher of the 2 dice? Because advantage means you get to
2
pick
dice.
2 dice and pick the roll
Okay.
2 d20s, pick the higher. So if you have a low roll, you get to ignore it. It's a
4.
really
So yeah,
4.
7.
So 7 plus 7. Unfortunately, that first attack misses as you stab your glaive down, and it rolls out of the way. You get a second attack with your bonus action because of frenzy. So go ahead and make that attack roll for me. With advantage.
Should I use my blessing or try to channel
Oh,
my blessing
yeah.
from
Why wouldn't you use your
Delvia?
blessing? Yeah, show people what you got.
Okay. So I look like I miss and I look very confused.
Mhm.
And I'm like, no. And so then I go to attack again real quick.
Yes. Yeah. You go down, and there's like this almost like in the air of your swing, your glaive blade turns into water, like sharp water, and it smashes into a hit on the enemy that thought it was getting away. Have you ever seen like a water pressure hose that can cut stone? That's kind of what it looks like for a moment. Go ahead and roll your damage on your auto hit. Blessing of Delvia.
7. And then +2, right?
It's +5 on these for you. +2, yeah. So
yeah.
total +7 because you're raging, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you rolled 7 + 7. Is that what I heard?
5. Seven's a total.
Oh, 7.
I rolled a 2. 5 is my
Oh, 2 plus
modifier.
5, and then you get another plus 2 because raging. So you got 9 damage. So even on 2, you're doing 9 damage. That's crazy. All right, you get a
That's
second.
cool.
Yeah, that's really cool. You do a lot of damage when you hit. Second attack. Roll with advantage on the second attack.
Another 2.
Uh-oh. Thankfully, you get to
7.
pick 2 dice.
Oh yeah, that's right. I don't think I'll ever get that. What the heck? Another 2?
Oh no.
Okay.
This is a chance to use player points. This is when the audience says you get a reroll if you want to use them. They're a resource meant as a gift.
Okay,
They're already
sure.
paid for. Okay, go ahead and roll both of those dice again. That's a free reroll from the audience.
Okay. First one is a 2.
Oh my god, that's
gosh.
4. That's
I am not blessed.
So
Put
so
them in
there.
jail.
That is a 1 in 8,000 chance to roll 3
Yeah.
2s in a row. That's
What the
crazy.
9.
All right. A 9 plus 7 is 16. Let's see. You have had a pleasure. That's an unfortunate miss. As you
No.
auto hit once, the
Yikes.
second attack smashes into the floor. The metal stabbing into the nice wood of the floor, and Graves just looking down at the nice, beautiful, very valuable.
I got a little too confident there.
Yeah, just die, but you're raging, so that makes sense. All right, Azrael, you've got something punching at you. You got another one punching at Lazuli, and one on the ground in front of Mifa. You got options.
What's the health level of each of them?
The one that's on the ground looks really, really hurt, and you would have advantage on that one because it's on the ground, it's knocked down. And the one that had attacked you is a little bit hurt, but the other one attacking Lazuli is okay.
I'll go for the one on the ground. Let's just beat its face in. if
All
we
right.
can.
You move
Let's see.
over to attack that one. That will provoke from one as it gets a chance to swing at you. It's going to, as you move away from it, hit you in the back with a metal fist for 6 damage. And you get now to make your attack with advantage against the one on the ground, hoping to finish it if you hit.
Goodness, I hope so. I'm losing all kinds of hit points. I got 14. So what, plus
21. That's a hit. That is going to be a D12 plus 5, please.
five plus 5.
10. You finish it. You chop
So
that
10.
thing with a big
Yay.
overhand thing. You chop it in half.
Yeah, jeez.
Very impressive.
It's a
About
big axe.
time, jeez.
It's a big axe.
I had to warm up there.
All
Maybe I
right.
didn't have enough of my calories this morning.
Right.
Otherwise, I
You need-
feel like
need
I
to-
should have got that sooner.
Needs to have Bastion
Should've had
pop
some
in
bean
with like a
juice.
protein smoothie. More,
Right.
more bean juice.
Feels it.
More bean juice.
All right. There's only 2 guys left, one in front of Lazuli and one chasing after Azrael that had ran past Rargur. So Lazuli, your move, you got one that you're dealing with.
Yes, I do. I'm gonna cast Shocking Grasp.
Nice. You have advantage because
I
it's made
do.
of metal.
I do. So let's see. Do I have to roll to hit first?
Yeah, roll the hit and you roll the best of 2 d20s with that advantage.
15 and 1, so 15.
I'm glad you got that advantage.
Me too.
A 1 means you grab a friend and shock them.
Yeah. Okay, and then it's 1d8 lightning damage.
Yeah, get it.
5.
Once again, that familiar, powerful, like typhoon lightning blast erupts out of you. Your hair being thrown back in a watery kind of a cascade behind you as your eyes light up with the same magical intensity of that lightning, doing some good damage to it. Well done. You can't take any reactions this turn, which is a deficit of Shocking Grasp. It's good. It's good. All right. 2 enemies get to go. The one attacking Lazuli attacks back, hits Lazuli for. Oh, unless sorry, do you want to use another spell slot to try to use a shield here? It's a resource. I know. It's kind of like yeah.
Not yet. No.
All right. You take 4 damage as you get punched, and you feel your shoulder kind of get thrown in the force of that punch, and then let's see. This one is going to attack Mifa, and that's going to provoke from Rargur again. Rargur, you get another free attack because it's leaving to attack Mifa. It's turning its back on you. So go ahead if you want.
All right, I'll ready my glaive at it.
All right, but let's see, Rargur, give me that attack. Unless you're muted, I can't hear. Unless you were talking, I don't know.
No, I'm ready.
Okay, go for it. Make
Can
that
you hear me?
attack. Yep.
I moved from my okay. 12 plus 6, 18.
12 plus 6 is 18. That is exactly what you needed. Go ahead and roll damage, please.
Oh wait, if it's my quarter stack, it's actually plus 5.
Okay, unfortunately, that's a near and sad miss as you hit the armor, but a glancing shot, unfortunately.
Does that distract it just enough that it doesn't hit as hard as Mifa?
Unfortunately, it doesn't, as it gets a natural 20, which is a critical hit on Mifa, which means double damage.
Sorry, Mifa, I tried.
Oh.
But it rolled low, so it only does 7 damage. But actually, Mifa's raging, which means she takes half damage from all attacks of that sort. So instead of 7 damage, she's taking 3. So a critical hit that would normally knock the socks off of someone, like an uppercut, she basically crowns her head into the fist, and you hear the denting of metal against her forehead as she just eats it up. Like there's a crazy smile when she lifts her eyes. It's intense. If an animated armor could shake with fear, it looks like it's trembling with fear. It's actually trembling from the kinetic energy of her forehead that she smashed into it back. Rargur, it's your turn.
I'm coming after it.
Get it.
But I'm going to hit it with my quarterstaff. It's already in my hand, so I banged it, and then it's just coming around and coming back over.
Perfect. I like that. That's good. Good tactics.
And again, 19 plus 5.
Oh, big hit. Yeah, go ahead and roll that 1d8. 1d8.
4 plus 3 bludgeon.
Nice. You smash it to pieces.
Yes.
All right. There's only one left, and that's in front of Lazuli, and it is Mifa's turn. Let's see, Mifa, what do you got? You're raging, you're frothing.
All right, I look over and stomp over there. He's not in front of me. I'm a little confused, like where all the enemies are right now. All right, and I ready my glaive for another attack.
Go for it. Swing with the power of the god Delvia behind you.
24.
That's a big hit. Go ahead and roll 1d10 plus 7, please.
8.
God. You got
Plus
to
2.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wait, you rolled a 1?
I rolled a 3.
Oh, you rolled a 3.
So 3
yeah.
plus 5 plus 2 because I'm raging.
Correct. Okay, so 10 damage. You shred its arm off. Go ahead and make your second attack with your frenzying craziness going on.
4, 9, 11 total.
11 to hit. Did you roll
to
it?
hit. Sorry.
You have to see if you hit first, and then we'll keep that damage. Though. That's good damage.
15, 16, 22.
22 is a hit. That 11 damage carves another leg off. It's only got an arm and a leg left. It's barely standing.
Oh my God.
How is it standing?
It's no, it's
Very
doing its
carefully.
best, man. It's doing its best. Didn't expect to get its ass kicked this morning. And then you hear
both the arm and the leg on the same side.
Yes. It's a glorified coat rack right now. You hear a protect my friends, and you hear a as several crossbow bolts go shooting across the room
Oh.
into the armor and perforate it and collapse the armor into the ground. And you can see the happy wave of Bastion while holding his crossbow arm and then retracting it back into a normal arm and saying, I helped my friends.
Wow, thanks.
And then it turns and it looks at Saracen Graves and kind of tilts his head and says, what are you doing? And it goes, protocol off. And Sebastian goes, you.
Wow.
Interesting. That was most impressive. Wow. I did not expect the efficiency that you displayed. I expected success. I thought it would be clumsy. I thought it would be a brawl, but no, you protected each other's flanks. You focused down enemies. You even brought them down with excellent leverage and ganged up on vulnerable targets. I have to say, if you are to be my chosen and most dangerous of allies, I think this will be a very promising and illustrious and lucrative relationship. So what say you? Are we still in business, Sirens?
Yeah, that was fun.
Very good. I am very pleased by this. And it has allowed me to make sure that that you were deserving of these very expensive gifts. And he says, McTavish. And he says, oh, hi. I'm just hauling it in from the caravan. One moment. And you see a brawny fellow with a shaved head with a big mutton chopped facial hair of the color of a snow leopard, and a nose that looks like it's been a bit broken, and he's got a scar over one eye, and he seems to have the accoutrement of a master blacksmith, basically fire resistant leather apron with a tool belt all around the hips. And you see him having, looks like, got some of the suits of armor that weren't in this room that near the entrance to start carrying some really nice armor up this way. Specifically, the most noticeable is a very big, very feminine looking suit of full plate that looks like it's made for a Goliath. Let's see. Let us see here. What's amazing is that no armor I could give Mifa, I think, is better than her barbarian armor class. But with that said, he still brings a nice shield with the emblem of Delvia on it. It seems that Saracen had a calculated assessment of what god you might possibly worship, or maybe just kind of knew somehow. But you see the shield bears the beautiful symbol of the rising tsunami, and a beautiful woman kind of sending forth the tsunami in the large shield's design.
I am in awe of the shield. And I just raise it up and then hold it to me.
I'm glad you like my handiwork, lass. Took a lot to pull it up overnight. Special project for Master Graves, of course, is a very good profiting thing for me, but it was the full plate. For Mistress Azrael, is it? Why, you're a big loss.
Yeah.
Didn't quite believe it, but you could definitely help me around the shop carrying a lot. Maybe move my anvil, or at the very least, grab a couple things off the top shelf.
I do that.
I'd love to have you, lass. That's no poaching my talent, please. I'm just saying, if you're, if anyone wants to help me around the shop, I could take a few brawny lasses like these. Goodness, is that a hobgoblin? I love me some hobgoblins. Yeah, you're proper fighters. Know how to swing a hammer, don't you? Fantastic. I can definitely see it in your eyes. Well then, let's see. Let's see. Not much for wizards, I'm afraid. In my experience, you wizard types don't really wear armor, do you? No. Well, that's all right. That's all right.
Armor would be good.
What'd you say?
Armor would be good.
Unfortunately, I don't think your class allows you to cast spells and wear armor.
Can't
There's
do both?
there's something about, I think, being a wizard. I forget what it is, but there's a detriment to wearing armor if you're not proficient in it. That's the nature of things. But actually, you are a hobgoblin.
Yeah, on the sheet that I saw, I didn't see it in D&D Beyond. This might is way out of character, but on the sheets that I saw about hobgoblins, it said that they were proficient in chainmail.
Oh, light armor, yes. Because of your race, you guys are proficient. So you do get chain. Let me check chain armor. Let's go light armor. Let me type in the best light armor. I call it just for the sake of like classification.
For lots of reasons, I would like to be able to wear.
No, you're good. You're good. So light armor, the best you can wear is studded leather, which is honestly still very good. It's actually, let me take a look at your stats. Yeah, it's just one less than, you can't wear chain because chain is medium, but you can do studded leather. And it looks like, sure enough, he's got set aside some studded leather that is in the black leather with gold studs and red trim at every edge. And he sets that out for you. And he says that there should fit pretty well, I think, just in case you change your mind on what you prefer. Though you lass, don't think of anything for the watery witch that you are. No offense.
None taken.
Though I know that Master Graves said that no member of his retinue should go unprotected, and thus he has me building a set of these for you, and enchanting them with what fair bit of magic I know, which isn't a little, but it is I worship the god of the forge. The forge has blessed me with making armor a bit more less about the fact that it's metal and more about the aura of it, the nature of it. And he holds out these beautiful bracers and these like almost Witcher style bracers. And he says, as long as you're not holding the shield or wearing armor proper, these will give you a little bit of an aura of protection. And he gives you what's called gloves or bracers of unarmored defense, or of defense as the case may be. They give you a +2 to your armor class. It's actually a big deal to get a pair of these. Let's see, says, but they only work if your feet are on solid ground, Blas. This is the only stipulation of my magic. It's earth magic.
Well, I very much appreciate the gift. I think it will come in handy.
Holy shit. I apologize. Captain Redbeard of the Sea just gifted our channel 560 subs. What? Oh, okay. I thought I read that wrong. I thought someone said 560 subs, and I read it and I said, oh shit, okay. What the fuck? All right. In any case, Red, thank you for the sub. Thank you for gifting a total of 560 subs over the era of your 17 months. I think it was what was the last, scared the shit out of me. Holy gods, my bad. I almost pooped myself. I was like, that's each sub's like $5. That'd be disgusting. That'd be gross. Don't do that. Don't spend that much money, people. Not in this economy. Anyway, so he says, I lost. It'll only work on solid land, dry land, which I know is a bit of a improper element of your affinity for water, but like I said, I work with the god of forge, fire, and earth.
I feel like these will come in handy at some point anyway. I'm not waterbound at all times. You do have to come ashore.
That makes sense. All right, Master Graves, my work here is done. I've got other deliveries to do. Best luck to all y'all. I hear good and promising things about the tower finally having people in it again. If you need my services, I run the local forge not too far away from here. It's called the Friendly Hearth.
Definitely noted. Thank you again for the shield.
Hey, no problem. And he says, "Thank you," or Graves says, "Thank you, Brolo. I appreciate your expeditious and timely manner. I will be, of course, remembering your service to the Graves house. Of course, that's all I ask." And he bows out. So let's see. We return to you guys being equipped with your new armor. That brings Bunny's AC from 12 to 18. That's crazy. Lazuli's goes from 11 to 13. Rarger's goes from 12 to 14. And Mifa's already got just a solid 16, not wearing nothing, I should say, but barbarians, if they're unarmored, they have a default armor class that's really good, and her stats
So is it more like a flag that's representing my goddess Delvia, and
ooh,
like I just kind of wear it like as an accessory and not for
that's dope.
Functionality.
I love that. But keep in mind that you are wearing the vestments of House Graves, the black, the gold, and the red trim. That is kind of the new uniform. But at the very least, you can always have the shield on your back representing Delvia, because Graves was very mindful of your devotion. All right. So Graves is Saracen Graves, the lord of his house, is enjoying very much the fine liqueur, looking at you guys, kind of feeling very, very, very well off despite having taken some hits. Of course, normally Bastion would be probably tending to the wounds with some healing salves or meta healing kits, but he seems to be inert at the moment, at the behest of Graves, who wanted this moment with you all privately.
Azriel, how do you feel about Graves drinking all your liquor?
Just this 1,000-yard stare.
Dani, can you hear us?
Uh-oh, can she not hear us?
I don't think she can hear us.
Oh no. Oh, she's aware that we're talking.
Oh no. There we go.
One of my ears went out for a second, so I have to charge it.
Oh, okay.
It was just this. Oh.
Well, thankfully, we don't have too much longer. We're winding down. We'll have about 15 more minutes. Winding down. Rebecca Rose over
my
here.
Liquor.
Oh,
what
yeah.
is this?
Have you ever been called Rebecca Rose? Does that happen?
I have now.
Okay. I was about to say, that feels like an easy one.
Yep.
All right. So I think Rargur had asked Azriel, how do you feel about this man drinking all the liquor?
Absolutely furious, but he did just buy me an absolutely stunning outfit. So I suppose I'll let it pass for now. But
and the most badass armor money
see.
can buy as well. You can't do better than full plate. In fact, your outfit costs 1,500 gold.
Hey.
Almost as much as the gold that went into the water.
What Misa just threw in, yeah.
I know that you guys don't know too much about the realm and its currency, but that is a lot of money. That is like, if I told you what you could buy with that much money, it would be like Don't
Please
don't do
The
it. Yep.
blessed to be in good graces with my goddess is worth any amount.
I love that she's like the poster child of Delvia with her eyes looking wistfully to the side. I feel like this is like an infomercial for like there are so many
Delvia,
Lokatha
join today.
out there that need your help. Please, all the copper pieces and silver pieces, donate
The
now.
merfolk have like
Yeah.
all these jewelry and new.
It just blinged out. Oh my god. That's right. You need a 10K to rebuild the damaged chapel in the Dragon Attack Artemis. That is true. So, in any case,
So now that all of the guys have fallen, did they like crumble into dust or anything, or are they just like fallen pieces on the ground?
it's like a Family Guy mangled position on the ground with like legs and arms and damaged armor.
Does there appear to be anything lootable? Is there a way to gracefully loot while our boss is standing right there?
You would. You would.
I'm a real honest with you. Probably not. That'd be like I'd be like opening the register like right in front of the boss.
Hey, he picked up us street rats right off the ground and didn't even ask our backstories. So
yeah, you're right.
I'm
That's
kind
on
of kicking
him.
around,
Must be desperate.
looking at people.
You guys have a low
found
opinion
out
of
all our
yourselves when
monsters
someone
are-
is desperate when they hire you. That's like, man, you must be desperate to hire us. You done goofed up. Oh my
hell
god.
yeah. Okay, so he's just drinking at the bar?
He's just drinking at the bar, kind of leaning
Has
casually.
anything else changed about the room since we've been
Yes.
gone? Because we've been upstairs for a long time.
Do a perception check.
16.
16. You can tell that he has maybe he, or but at the very least, the pictures are no longer up.
Okay, well, I definitely noticed that. Because I spent a good long time looking at those pictures.
That's right.
I kind of nudge Azriel and like do a little. I'm not saying anything, but just hoping that she notices what I notice. The other two were talking to mermaids.
That's true.
Valid.
It takes me a minute, a second to kind of notice the kind of nudge. I'm not always the best at noticing social situations, but
Fair.
once I catch it, I catch it.
Okay. He says,
Kind of give her like a side wink thing.
yeah, sly wink for sure. Yeah. Anyway, he goes, first order of business is, well, I will be joining a high stakes undercity card game, and I'm looking for, well, protection. Not just any protection, the kind of protection that can make a point when needs to be made and blend in otherwise. Is this copacetic?
We can make
Card
this
game.
happen.
My intelligence isn't very high. What does that word mean?
Card game.
one, card or game?
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's where people play with pieces of cardboard with patterns and symbols on them.
No, I thought you said something else. I was like, after that, I was like, wait, what?
Oh, copacetic.
Copacetic.
They don't
Yeah,
really
that's the word I'm
have
talking
cards
about.
underwater because they just kind of melt underwater, right?
This wouldn't be an underwater card game, and I haven't spent enough time underwater to see what happens to cards. Let's see. And he kind of makes a gesture, and next thing you know, he's rolling a coin off his knuckles, and he's kind of thinking for a moment as he does so, and he catches the coin with two fingers, puts it in his palm, and goes, it's going to be, and it's disappeared. It's going to be a very dangerous mission. I'm going to be a monk amongst very unsavory types. What I'm asking for is, I'm putting a lot of my well-being into your hands. I know that that perhaps people haven't given you the chance to hold their very life in your hands, but my concern isn't what you've done in those circumstances, whether you've snuffed something out or protected it. I am saying, can I count on you in this instance?
I
I've
want to
always
say,
been surrounded
I
by
want to do a
unsavory
minor
types.
illusion.
You want to do a minor illusion of what?
Yes. I see him do the little coin thing. And I also procure a coin and I flick it towards him, and it hits the ground and rolls around him in a circle. And as it rolls, it gets kind of bigger and bigger until it's about this big,
Mhm.
and then folds down on heads, showing heads. And I say, "We can help you."
That's very impressive. Very impressive.
Coin tricks, wow.
Coin trick. I need to know from each of you independently, unless Raga, you definitively speak for the others. Is that the case?
No.
I just stand there silently.
What is in it for us?
As I said, you're on a stipend. I will be paying you a salary, and I've already procured a great amount of equipment as well as elegant housing. Is there more that you could wish for beyond the salary?
Great is subjective. How do you measure great?
I suppose it's compared to what someone could procure on their own, which I'm guessing isn't very much for some.
Damn.
So
My character's thinking that have already been paid pretty heavily. We've had our meals paid for, and also, personally speaking, I see this as an opportunity to get into circles that I would like to get into. And so that is a personal payment that you like, this guy probably doesn't know that much about, but like, I'm personally thinking, yes, I need to get into the kinds of circles that are doing terrible card tricks. So that
I've
is a
always
payment
been
for
like,
me.
yeah. I've always been surrounded by unsavory types and looking for allies. So I'm definitely totally invested in this group and definitely willing to flourish my weapon in this new getup that you've given us.
She wants to
With
show off her
my new
threads.
blessing that I have acquired from downstairs in the clock tower.
I'm not someone to hold what I've given over another person's head. I have no interest of being that gaudy and uncouth. I have means. I intend to share those means, and I'm looking for someone who can really put themselves in a position of advancement by giving rather than taking.
I'm not looking to acquire anything, just as long as I can continue my offerings
Obviously,
to
Mifa,
Zeldia.
you threw all your money away.
Yeah. Jeez, you're the queen of giving.
But I was adequately blessed. So this is a perfect opportunity for me to continue my servantness. I can't think of the word.
Servitude.
To my goddess. Servitude to my god.
I'm always happy to help others, and not only that, but we were paid quite handsomely up front. It took a while for my outfit to show up, but now that it's here, I am happy to help.
Yes, Brolo is a master armor, and Sergei is, well, Sergei. I hope he wasn't too off-putting. He's a very fruit-forward personality when it comes to the rare wine that he is.
Having our outfits trimmed with red is exactly what I said not to do. However, I understand that this is part of a group which may equate to status. So I'm willing to see where this goes.
Very good. Very good. I'm going to be making the preparations to attend the card game this evening. I suppose it's not asking too much for you guys to rest and try to stay out of trouble when the late hours fall upon the clock tower, and we can move together in my carriage. You as my bodyguards, you as the dangerous siren-esque Valkyries that I hope to present at this gathering of dangerous criminal types, an element of threats at all sides. I urge you to consider deeply the possibility of harm befalling any of you. And if you truly have what it takes, then I can see this becoming a very long-lasting, very beneficial opportunity for, well, for anything you really personally desire. If it's someone you're looking for, or settle a debt of some kind. And I'm open-minded. I do a lot for my friends. Anyone can tell you that the House of Graves is not one that forgets real, powerful alliances. And he stands up and he says, and be careful downstairs. The basement is a dangerous place. There's a lot in the drowned city that is more dangerous than anything us surface dwellers can procure. Ancient, powerful things.
I'm just gonna go doom 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 doom. Okay. Pretend not to. I'm not gonna say anything.
I kind of feel the mermaid scale kind of burning in my pocket as he's talking about it.
All right. He, kind of and looks around and tips his hat and adjusts his mask a little more comfortably on his face, guarding his, eyes. And he moves down the stairs where the doors appear against the wall and then open up. And he says, late tonight, I'll be here in about 10 hours. You have that time to do as you wish, prepare, and please try to stay out of trouble in any shape that takes.
I look at Azriel like.
So, what about these appearing and disappearing doors? What if we happen to run into them / walk through them, and end out in this trouble that you talk about? I feel like, how can we be held accountable for doing something wrong if we don't know what's right or wrong with these? Where we're allowed to go? Are there limits?
Avoid the drowned city. It's very dangerous. The skeletal innards of the clock tower are not exactly a place to wander. I imagine you've at least perused. There's places in that clock tower that are just as dangerous. Moving gears, I suppose, could catch people unsuspecting. The rest, I'm...
All right, Roger. You hear that, misadventurer?
What?
and if you wish to come and go, Clock Tower isn't a prison. It is a home, if you make of it.
Do you think we could have the armor thing for protection, just in case? I should probably be in charge of it.
And he says,
again,
do all of you agree that Ragar is more than capable of being in charge of the sentinels that I have placed here?
I was very fond of that magic stick.
Yes.
doesn't even open the mead barrels like it was supposed to.
Well, have you tried the one that Saracen's drinking out of? Wine, not mead.
He
I
says,
might have to.
he says pace yourselves. And
Would that
then
get me in trouble?
he says, I'll need you at your best faculties tonight. 10 hours time, be sober. And he looks to Varger and says, I'm sure you'll find something up one of those elegant sleeves. And he just leaves.
Kind fellow.
And
Trusting
Varger,
fellow.
you find the wand up your sleeve.
What is Saracen? Can we tell me more? What is he?
Do a perception check as he kind of casts a last glance over his shoulder and of the smiling skeletal mask that he wears.
8 and then +4.
Okay. It is not enough to get a glimpse at those eyes that seem seem just a little bit different.
Okay.
Is there a special way that, okay, I know that I keep coming back to this and it's probably stupid, but is there a special way that people are getting out of these doors? I just want to make sure that if we want to leave, we can leave.
Knowledge Arcana check.
13.
13 total. Let's see. You believe that the pins that you wear open the doors. The pins that he gave you initially.
Mm.
And it's obvious where they are, because I've been thinking that it looked like a regular wall the whole time.
No, it looks like a regular wall, and then it kind of just transmogrifies into an entry portal way that leads to the street. So as long as
you're vaguely aware of where that is, then you're...
Yep, exactly.
Just start rubbing yourself across all the walls
Yeah.
and see what opens.
Just drag.
Just press and roll.
Falling through a door, one of those as you roll across.
What are
Maybe
you
it's
doing,
taste
Harger?
based.
I'm just trying to find doors.
At that point, Bastion kind of goes, "Oh, it looks like I have some cleaning to do. We've made a mess of those sentinel guards. That is so fantastic that you are all combat operational to protect yourselves. As a friend, that makes me feel much better about you guys going out."
Oh.
Before you focus on the cleaning, can I get some healing? I'm currently at 13 health.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm super weak right now too. If we do a short rest, does that heal us, or does it have to be a long rest?
A
would
short
love a
rest.
short rest.
A short rest will actually heal you guys and regenerate a lot of different features that you might have.
My blessing.
Spell slots.
A blessing. Spell slots are regenerated on a long rest, unless you're a
Not
warlock.
for me.
I think it's even wizards. It's an arcane recovery that you get that helps get
You have
some
to-
back,
Yeah, I get some back.
but not all. If you really want all back, it's a long rest. But that's okay because a short rest will be able to heal you guys up, and then so will Bastion here.
But I've only used 2 slots, and I get 2 slots back.
Oh,
So it's
perfect. Well,
effectively
actually, it's the number value of slots that matters. So
up to a combined level of 2 slots.
right, so you can get a second level slot or 2 first level slots. How many have you used?
Only first level.
Okay, then you're set. You would literally get on a short rest that back, and then you guys can heal up to your hit dice, the 4D blank of your character sheet. This is 4D, I think 6 for the wizards, D10 for Azrael, D12 for Mifa. You can roll those dice and heal that much in 1 hour. And if you need it, you can separate it down to smaller amounts of dice if you're more concerned on kind of portioning those out until you get a long rest.
Okay, so my damage was 11 total, and I rolled a 2.
You'll get to add your Constitution modifier to that.
Oh, okay.
So that's 2 plus your Constitution modifier.
3, 5 total.
So you heal 5.
Nice.
I'm back,
Okay.
baby.
All right, you're good.
Wait, so what was it?
You get to roll a d6 and add your Constitution modifier per d6 that you decide to roll.
Okay.
And you can kind of portion that out to 1, 2, 3, or 4 d6 total. And then Azrael, it's d10s for you, and Constitution modifier per dice. So the more dice you roll, the way more you get. It's an exponential. Well, not exponential, but it's a lot.
Wait. A lot of numbers just went about. I was supposed to be rolling 4 d10s,
Yep,
correct?
so 4 10-sided dice for you. And then you'll add, when you're done, you'll add 4 times your Constitution modifier.
Okay, so I'm at full health now.
Boom. And you can use Arcane Recovery to get some spell slots back as well as a wizard.
Okay. Let's see, how do I use Arcane Recovery in D&D Beyond? Do you know?
That's a good question. I think you just unclick the spell slots in your spell section that equate that amount value. Like if you're like, oh, here's one spell slot unclicked and another one spell slot unclicked.
Okay. Cool.
And then you go into the Arcane Recovery and features and traits and select it. I think that you've used it.
Got it. Thank you very much.
Yeah, and now 1 hour has passed with Dr. Bastion kind of looking after you guys after using a wide broom to annoyingly scrape the metal pieces of armor into a closet. Where he's like, I'll get to fixing those later. Friends first. And you guys, he's like, he said 90%, 95% of boo-boo's taken care of.
So wholesome.
Does he have buttons on him? Like, can we reset him to a different version?
Absolutely.
Be careful with
he
him.
does have buttons on him. You don't know what they do.
What are the buttons? What do they look like? I want to know.
What?
Darth Vader's chest piece.
Why would you reset him?
I'm sure Azrael's like
I
put
want
her
him
axe
to
in front
be
of
in
him.
buddy
Like, no
mode.
way.
No,
And
I will
protect the
protect
tower
this
mode.
thing with
He's
everything I have.
Perfect the way he
Exactly.
is.
No, I agree. But I want him to come with us on our journey instead of protecting the tower.
You're gonna kidnap him?
But
We're not kidnapping him.
he's not just
We're
protecting the
inviting him
tower.
along
He's
as an
protecting the
NPC.
people in it.
we are capable of defending Saracen. I don't think we need
But
Sebastian.
We don't
Bastion
need
to-
him.
He
But
needs
we
to
we
want
protect
want
us.
him, and
But
he
these
is
are the
also
lights.
programmed to protect like the people of the tower, which includes us. We're his friends, so he will protect us. In which
He
case, we
won't.
should be
Not
able
if
to
we're
bring
not
him
in the
with us,
tower.
right?
We're
Why don't
leaving
we
the
just
tower right
ask
now.
him? Ask him if
Who
he can leave the
said, who
tower.
said only if we're in the tower?
He can't leave the tower, right? Like he's protecting the tower. He's a tower watchman. He heals the tower.
I don't remember hearing anything specifically saying that he could not leave the tower. None of us are prisoners here, unless it was stated that he's a prisoner,
might be.
right?
No, but he like protects the tower, right? Like
He
like the
essentially
gardener.
he's
maintain the
essentially
tower. I have it
maintains
on my
the
notes that
he's
he's
like
a maintenance.
he maintains the tower and makes sure
So he
that
wouldn't leave the tower if he's a maintenance dude.
yeah he the function of the clockwork of the tower is
And
also
that-
his priority.
Now he sounds like a slave. Like he can't leave
Exactly.
because
We need to
he has
free him and bring him with us.
Oh no. He's perfectly happy. He's
Guys.
content being here.
I'm thinking back to that gravestone that we saw with the metal flower, and maybe he's
Yeah, what
bound
happened with
to this
that? Why did
place.
we just walk away from that?
I don't know.
It was bedtime.
I was falling asleep.
I have heard my name a number of 16 times in the last 60 seconds. Is everything okay?
Yes, Bastion. Hi, darling. Could you come with us?
Where
Bastion,
would you
what
go?
modes do you have?
Boats?
What emotes?
Rapid fire
Emotes do you
question.
have?
No, modes, not emotes. That's not what I'm asking. What
I don't understand the question.
what is the word for that, chat? I need help. There's a word for this that I'm asking.
Settings?
Settings, functions.
What profile settings do you have?
Programming?
I don't know what that means.
Because you know how in Fallout they have like the
I help. Are you asking how do I help?
you can
Bastion.
change the robots from firefighter mode to
Bastion, can
medic
you travel
mode
with
to
us?
police
Bastion,
mode.
Bastion, what are your duties and can they be changed?
My primary duties are
Thank you,
to
Artemis.
allow the mechanical aspects of the clockwork to function in optimal commission at all times, representing the Artificers Guild's best interest here in this location. Secondarily, I am able to maintain the quarters of those attending here, though it has been some time. I am happy to keep this place furnished and well stocked with nourishment, as well as protect the area from threats and intruders, offering medical aid, as well as emotional support and the ability to provide good quality conversation, which is good for morale. I also tend to the grave of Lady Error.
What is
It's
the
a
functions
female.
of each of your buttons?
Oh shit.
We want to touch all of your buttons.
I do not know. It seems that I do not know the function of that part of me. It seems I was never
Let
taught.
us show you.
No.
I guess that seems fair.
Okay.
For some reason, I cannot touch that button. Those buttons. That is strange. There's
Hold on. I have to think about what I'm actually trying to say instead of jokes.
Will you like to touch a button?
Bastion, you glitched out, dear. Whose grave?
House Graves. Ah, yes, House Graves, a noble house, 2 sons,
No,
an
Bastion,
eldest.
stop.
And
Bastion, what
Mention
grave
the lady.
site? The lady.
There's a headstone.
yes,
What
I tend
is-
to the
what's
headstone and
for?
gravesite of Lady Error.
Sounds like Lady Error.
Bastion,
Error.
where would we find information about the headstone?
The headstone information. Yes. That is.
It's probably behind one of those doors that we need to find.
I'm sorry. I am a bad friend. I am not helping. I am not being helpful.
Oh, you're being very helpful, Bastion.
I feel subpar and inoptimal in value if I cannot answer these questions.
Bastion, you're doing fine. You guys, it's obvious there's some things that Saracen just wants to keep secret from us. Like his conversations
His
with
name
us
is high
earlier.
and mighty over there.
Hey, Bastion, who is Victor's mother?
Victor.
Don't you dare. How dare you?
Hmm.
That is not relevant to this campaign. It's from another campaign, and
Oh.
it's something I have never allowed these people to know.
Bring these people, man.
Wrong
Dang, Chad almost
campaign!
got you there.
Wrong campaign.
I was like, what? So let's
Is
see.
this meta?
It's so meta. There was something he was going to say before that question. Damn it. What was I going to say?
Great, Red, you threw him off this game.
What kind of card games are local to
No,
this area?
Ah.
but what? No, we were getting somewhere.
I'm curious about our mission, guys.
No, I'm not.
Oh.
I'm
What about
dying
these
to know
buttons,
what he's
though?
trying to hold back.
You
We
have
must protect Bastion.
Protect and attack.
Protect.
Has Master Graves returned from the war serving the High Archon?
What?
What is
war
Master
now?
Graves' name? First name? Maybe.
Master Saracen Graves.
Master.
Master,
Saracen.
Master Saracen Graves is the son of Carolyn Graves and Alistair Halifax Graves, which is the son of one Gideona Graves, as well as Lucky Graves Oblin, the magical biological father, the donor, was one Bastion. I was named after this Bastion. He is the progenitor of a family line founded in a female and female relationship.
Yes.
The
Uh,
Graves family has great many unregistered magical powers, enemies of the Mages Guild, who are very dangerous. I am to make sure The Mages Guild does not threaten my family.
Probably helps.
The second brother, is Darius Graves, banished in exile for grievous crimes.
What
What
specific
are the
crimes were
crimes?
these?
What kinds of crimes?
Sorry, that was a bad joke.
Friendship level 2 required.
What are the
I
priorities
think I
for
can get there
reaching
first.
friendship level 2?
He's like,
Which-
I'm gonna go to second base over here.
I got this.
I didn't even hear any of the
I'll push all the right
questions.
buttons.
Need to
What,
push
Go,
all the
buddy.
what are
right
the
buttons.
requirements for reaching friendship level 2?
How do I?
Rapport needs to be established a due course over time, and establishing a sense of repeated behavior patterns that make one person reliable, consistent, and trustworthy in a sense of companionship. I am wary of my protocols being exploited for information on my family. That would be a very bad thing, and I would fail. Requiring me to self-destruct.
What? No. Don't do that. It's fine. Stop asking questions.
I clap a hand over Rarger's mouth.
Just push them off
Back
to
to
the
the
side.
card games that are
Can
local
I
in the area.
spell friendship? No, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to do that right now, but maybe in the future.
That's true. The
I mean, I was
friendship
the
friends
first one to
is-
meet him. He's gonna be my friend first.
He's gonna be my friend.
I literally have.
I'm
a
gonna
spell
get to
make
second
somebody
base
be my
first
friend
with the robot.
today.
Oh my god, I didn't expect this at all.
Wait, I turn to Bastion and I say, Bastion, you take such good care of all of us. You truly go above and beyond. What do you need?
Need.
Stuck up.
What do I need? I do not require air to breathe. I do not require food. I do not require sleep. What
Maybe a
are
better question is, what would you like?
friends?
I love him.
I would like to hear stories of what my friends have done. And that way I can remember. My favorite thing is remembering my friends.
I have killed so many goblins.
I
Do you
killed
want to
so
hear
many
about it?
people. I've killed so many people too.
Now this sounds like
It was
a pissing
great. I got
contest.
so
I
All
have-
right,
close to my
guys.
clan
I
from
got
all
this.
of the heads that got rolling.
I have never bonded over violence before. I suppose that is, if that is your way of bonding, I will kill things too.
No.
Bastion, there's a thing called nature, and
Incident.
we should be nice to nature. It's growth. We can bond over growth.
I tend the
No,
plants.
did you know that you
in-
don't have to kill to show love? I just
I-
learned that. That's real. People really don't kill.
I think that makes perfect sense. And as far as growth, I can show you a garden.
Wow, because I just learned that. That's amazing that you already knew that.
Oh my gosh! So I noticed that there was this really pretty flower in the garden that didn't have a smell because it was metal for some reason. Why was there a metal flower in the garden?
That was the eternal flower left by.
You don't
I-
have to say who it was left by. Could you show us the garden?
Yes, come. The plants there are well tended and offer medicinal benefits. It is where I procure the benefits of the healing elements of my programming. I am capable of producing antidotes to venoms, as well as the ability to repair damaged tissue with the alchemy that is procured.
Perfect. Please show us your ways.
Follow me. And Rargur, it sounds like you have bonded over a great deal of violence. Perhaps you can bond over hot cocoa.
I give up. He's too cute.
I could try that out. I've been shown new ways of bonding lately, and I think that sounds lovely.
The companions loved bonding over hot cocoa.
The companions. Who were the companions?
The last residents.
What happened to them?
They went in service to the High Archon and did not return.
Are these the ones that were on the walls last night?
What do you mean?
The painting.
The photo on
The,
the wall.
the
What-
murals?
What murals? What are you talking about? I have never seen these.
I kind of grab his hand and walk him over to the picture of all the figures, and I kind of point at them. Are these familiar to you? Do they kind
They're
of
not
represent
there
you?
anymore.
They're
No,
they're
Rebecca's
they're
not
they're,
there anymore.
they're face down.
Oh,
And you wouldn't have known that it was there anyways, I don't think.
well, I would have seen them. I just wouldn't have known who they are.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Do you go hold one up?
Yeah, let's do that.
Why are you holding your hand in the air?
The
Air,
program did not see it.
Bastion, can you tell me what you see?
I see your hand and the wall and the counter.
And I kind of walk it closer to him, like right up to him. And I'm like, what about now?
I see the wall. Your hand.
I kind of turn back to the crew as I lower that.
I want to
drawing.
use detect magic.
Ooh, yes. You can detect enchantment magic and many others with humming off of Bastion abjuration magic, evocation magic. What else? Not necromancy, not not illusion.
Not for me, because I know everything, but just for people who might be listening.
Oh yes.
What is the difference between abjuration and evocation?
So evocation is the ability to project energy into its raw form and do damage. Abjuration is to project energy into defensive shields or wards, including alarms and things like that. Necromancy is the manipulation of organic material and entropy. Let's see. Illusion is to obviously create illusions. Enchantments is mind affecting or awareness affecting. Conjuration is to bring things into being or send them away, like teleportation, summons, banishment. Let's see. Divination is the ability to do auguries, basically clairvoyant, and as well as projecting your awareness to other places and scrying and things like that.
Okay. So we see abjuration and evocation.
Evocation, yeah. Abjuration and enchantment are the main ones. Yeah. Or you see that because you're detecting the auras that are like interesting runes floating all around him in kind of like gears rotating in these kind of powerful like layers of magic in and out of him.
Is there anything on the painting?
There is nothing on the painting.
Okay.
So you,
So
Oh.
I'm kind of wanted to wait before you
Investigation.
say something. I just want to say, like, I'm kind of gonna say, like, I don't notice anything. I think that he's enchanted not to see this painting for some reason. He should see it, but he doesn't. Go ahead.
I have a question. So you can only see if there is magic, but not whether it's good or evil, correct?
Correct.
Not whether it's good or evil, but I can see what type it is.
Okay, because I can detect good and evil. Can I do
Oh,
that?
Yeah. You detect really good magic. You like you sense a really raw goodness, better than you've ever felt in any person. It almost feels like the perception of people in your experience is a blend of auras mixed with mostly good, with some bad, mostly bad with some good. There's never anything that you've come across that's pure in your life. Bastion is pure good.
Of course he is.
Of course
I
he
knew
is.
I liked him. Okay, I'm not
Do you
worried.
tell
Can we
us that?
can we see the
Do you
garden?
tell us that?
Oh yeah, that's valid.
can I?
You can choose to keep that a secret or tell people. All the things that you uniquely glean or don't have to be explicitly shared.
Okay, I want to tell people that because I don't want him to go into self-destruct mode at any point. So please protect this thing.
Okay. My life.
Now can we go see the garden? I'm curious about the garden.
Yeah.
All right. He takes you through the clock tower, up the catwalks, and to the hanging garden, hanging by the 4 massive chains that hold the platform of 12 feet density that harbors 10 feet of roots, no doubt, and a beautiful little koi pond with that you can see he proudly says, "I feed the koi." It's like his favorite thing.
Looks like they're really healthy.
Oh, so cute.
Thank you. I am very proud.
Oh, it's little chunky kois.
I love how well he takes care of like the creatures and the nature in this garden.
If I'm kind of looking around, does there appear to be any? Because this is definitely a garden,
Yeah, and
and
around
there are the clockwork
yeah.
mechanics. But are there mechanics that look like they might not belong there? Like,
Go
is there
ahead and
anything?
give me
else?
give me this is a pretty big intelligence check. Let's see.
I'm pretty
Clockwork
smart.
is going to be, give me intelligence check. Yeah, give me your
Thank God. None of us
Okay.
are.
17.
17. You're looking around, and this is a very complex machine. Looking around, you're kind of seeing all the gears. You're kind of following one gear to the next, one gear to the next, and seeing that it all really is innately connected. It connects the clock face, which you can see the hands reversed on this side, of course, because it's on the other side. Let's see. Give me a perception check as well, because I'll need to see if your eyes can make out things.
Nat 20.
Not 20.
Yeah, girl.
Yeah, raw girl.
Close. 2.
Let's see. So what is your total on the nat 20?
22.
22. Excellent. Let's see. Something that besides this garden seems very out of place. Let's see. How do I describe this? I did not expect you the nat 20, which is really good. It's really good.
Best there is, really.
You can see that one nub of a gear, one kind of jagged tooth. Actually, gears have teeth. I guess one tooth of a gear of the big gears up high, like really up high, seems to be missing on one of the wheels, and it serves no mechanical purpose to your knowledge. You're kind of tracking it. It goes, there's no reason for that nub to be, or that tooth to not exist among the array of perfectly symmetrical teeth of this machine. And you think you can see with your perception of nat 20 what looks to be almost like a wall safe built into it.
Do I see any like ladders or any platforms or anything that might make sense to how that somebody could
It
have
looks
gotten
like
up there?
one person would have to follow the gears, dangerously risk being crushed, and then open the vault or the safe door before getting crushed by the tooth corresponding to that alcove of the teeth. So it's
Okay.
a very dangerous, like a place that you would have to either keep moving and work on it, or know the actual, be very athletic and acrobatic and know the passcode or whatever, however it works. Can't see if it's a number variable or magic, but it looks like it's designed to pretty much kill someone before they succeed.
Okay. I'm not sharing this information. I'm just noting it myself.
Secret knowledge.
Where is it?
Secrets don't make friends, Roger.
The look. That look. She's like, don't you be talking. All right. And I think that's a good spot to end. That it reaches our capacity here.
All right.
Well done. Well done, everyone. Great role play, great combat. Your characters can kick ass. It's good to see.
Oh, stress.
Stress.
Y'all,
really-
I'm like
It's
preparing
bad.
for my heart to be broken about Bastion. Like, I'm not emotionally ready for this.
I
Aw.
refuse to admit that anything could happen to him.
and let's
Please make him pure and everlasting and invincible and just
Everlasting.
that would be ideal. Yes. I have no intentions of sacrificing Bastion to anything, but who knows? You guys could change the outcome of that with your actions in this story, and that is the best part of D&D is what I don't have intended could suddenly become an inevitable thing that is pushed by certain questionable choices.
Man, if I accidentally kill him, I'm gonna just Ooh.
Uh,
no.
Self-destruct.
I have a
Friends
thing.
off
Self-destruct
if
yourself.
you kill Bastion.
If you guys cry, I ask that you collect them in little vials and send them to me for my wall of collected player tears.
No, those are
Uh,
going for $20 a piece, so we can get Misa's amount of like wealth.
Yeah,
No,
there we
I'm
go.
gonna sacrifice
have a
all
debt to
that to
repay.
my god.
Yeah. I love that Mifa's just money to the ocean
I
god.
don't
throwing
need it. I
Yeah.
don't need it.
Are those tears I see? I can start collecting now.
Right? I love it.
I want to be triple blessed over here.
Triple blessed. Oh my god, yeah. The more so there's a mechanic where Mifa's character is basically taking a kind of as I understand it, which can
Hmm.
change, but a vow of poverty. And so as long as she doesn't hold wealth, she is able to get boons from her goddess by how much she sacrifices in wealth, and those boons get pretty powerful as they go.
I'll hold it for you.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, she has to give
Hang
it to the
on.
goddess. Yeah.
So if that's the
Regularly.
case, then why didn't you just like immediately throw your outfit in there? This new like expensive like armor and stuff.
I need
So
Yeah,
that
your,
our-
to
your
our-
liver
our-
needs
Our-
Mifa.
our-
yeah, no,
armor-
I need
our
that
burn
to
weapons.
protect the
Yeah.
people of Delvia. Like, I need it to fight the evil of Delvia.
Yeah, equipment doesn't count, things like that nature, but material wealth, like things that you basically like currency and coinage. Yeah. So let's see. Let's see what some people were saying, some really sweet stuff. God. Goodest boys for Bastion all around.
Oh, for sure.
I think
Let's see.
10 out of 10, 1,000
boy.
out of 900 people agree that Bastion is the goodest boy.
Some people said I can't wait to watch more. Some people said that was fantastic. Great job all around. That was the Knight of Bloodhaven and Jack the Blue Phoenix.
Ooh,
Um,
ooh.
let's see. He's pure good. He'll never out your goblin fetish. Yes, Bastion is not going to rat on his friends with their. He's not going to yuck anyone's yums. Yeah. So yeah, the story is that Bastion and the Graves family, the actual original Bastion, the Graves family, were from a different campaign, and so you got a little bit of named lore that a couple people recognize and are kind of freaking out about because they're like, that's what happened
noticed
to those
that.
characters.
Yeah, I noticed that too. And people were like giving me hints to other shit that was happening. I was like, oh, is that relevant here? I need to know. And it wasn't.
Yeah.
Or it was, but not yet.
Who knows?
Who knows? Not me.
Yeah. So, how did you like your first official session of Dungeons and Dragons? That was not just official, as in you guys had your character sets ready to go from beginning to end, but you had a live audience for your first episode 1. Like that's hard to do. How the pressure? Were you guys nervous? How did it go better than?
It was
than you
super
thought?
fun.
Yeah.
It was interesting having an audience because it was something to react to, kind of, which was interesting. And added a level of performativeness that is always there, but not quite to this level. So that was fun.
Who's Redbeard of the Seas? Like, yeah, I'm super nervous.
Here's my friend.
That's
I
awesome.
met him in Emerald City.
Nice.
God,
He's
the
great.
sweats over
He's
here.
a wonderful human.
I love it. I love it so much. That's how you know you're invested. I will take a sweat vial, if not a tear vial.
Oh, thank you, Jack. No, it was fun. It was fun to and try to get into the moment.
You guys were there easily. I feel like
Yeah.
I think you got a good grip of the NPCs, honestly, that you've met so far, and you guys reacted really well to the spectrum that was presented to you in one session with Serge, and then you get to like get a little bit more of Graves, and then even Brolo, just casually, just a good engagement of what it's like to have a stranger kind of get to know you a little bit, and then of course more Bastion time is always good. So yeah.
Replace all the NPCs with Bastion. Will be good.
Oh,
I don't know, Sergey, if that's how you say his name, was hilarious. Holy crap.
I liked him.
the
He's
sass.
great.
The sass.
He was
Yeah.
rude AF. Called me all of the
Okay.
rock names
But we also
that are not my rock.
Sapphire.
I mean,
I'm going to
did
continue to
notice
call
that,
you that
like,
from now on. We also have
Just-
McTavish too. He was cool.
Yeah, Brolo.
Yeah.
yeah,
McTavish.
I
like
did
McTavish.
notice though that Lazuli technically has Azul in her name. So, I mean, he kind of called her the right thing
Ooh.
because Azul is blue.
Oh,
Just saying.
Stretch.
Rarger is my girl now. Nothing ain't happening to her, or nothing's
Oh,
must happen to her. It says
dang.
Redhead. Redhead, yeah. It's a sisterhood right there. Blood in, blood out.
Nice.
Zombie Fairy says, y'all did amazing. Absolutely loved it. Now, are you guys going to be able to survive every 2 weeks? Because that's a long time, but chat, how can you make it? And then you guys, are you going to make it?
Yeah. Duh.
Yeah.
Of course.
All right.
I need to come up with some studded armor and high collar red and black button up outfit.
Yeah, it's kind of like Doctor Strange and studded leather, basically.
I don't know if my street cred can handle that. I'll see what I can do.
Flex it. Flex that street cred. All right. Well, and feel free, you guys, I know you guys are busy yourselves, but as players, a lot of players from other campaigns popped in. So if you ever want to, if you see us, streaming, and you want to show that same support and have some downtime while you're working on something, put us on, and you get to hear what other campaigns might have. And I know that other campaigns might have some connections to yours, so you never know what might happen with some
wow.
knowledge bombs. I have a very interwoven storyline called the Charm Multiverse. So
I love it.
yes.
Yeah, it's great.
All right. Well, my favorite part is, of course, grabbing a drink. So hopefully everyone has some form of beverage. It's bad luck to cheers or toast on an empty cup or anything. So make sure you have something. And if you don't, then that's okay. But I'm going to ask, because it's your first time, for each of you to skål or cheers or salute or whatever it is that is your thing to something that you are grateful for, or something that surprised you about an experience that you've had. Could be in game, could be in your life, something that you're just kind of vibing with right now. What is it that you're so happy about? And we'll start with Bunny.
Oh, geez.
Pressure.
Well, I am grateful for the experience. This is like my first real D&D game, and it's been fun so far. I'm still struggling with what goes to what, but figuring it out.
You guys are learning faster than I learned, honestly, so that's cool. All right, and Rebecca.
I'm gonna say skål to the chat, because chat was wholesome and helpful and here for it, and I love that. And so chat was amazing. I loved, to go back to your previous question, it was really cool to see chat live, like help us out and give us ideas. So
yeah,
thank you, chat.
I told you guys, we have good people. A lot of people don't want to see chat because they want to see themselves live, and then next thing you know, you can't take your eyes off all the wonderful support that's constantly flowing. So yeah, I agree. How about you, Bears?
Skål to PAX this weekend, which is not the reason I know you, but the first time we met in person.
Yeah.
So excited about that.
More conventions in the future. I will be attending them all, I assure you.
Yay.
Now that it's my part of my living, I'm like, yes, I'm going to write it off or something.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure.
For sure. And Dani, creative director.
Skål for my girls,
Yeah.
everyone in Kitty Edge cosplay, because otherwise I wouldn't have met you and we wouldn't have been playing this game. And it's so fun. And we've had some really great experiences this year, and it's really great.
Yes, it has been a surge of delight on my end. Absolutely. I'm always here for the new friendships. Skull to you guys. Let us close out. Looking forward to the next 2 weeks. And if you have a question or anything, shoot me a message. I want to make sure that you guys feel prepared because honestly, you guys nailed it. Skull.
Heck yeah, skull.